Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody is well. Good morning. Good Saturday morning. Start a little late on this Sunday morning, Sunday morning. Hope you guys are well. What's up to my guy Daniel Gallimore, man? Thank you for the support right off the bat, man. My guy says starting to color off in the chat. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you for sponsoring the channel. Can't do it without guys like you, Daniel Gallimore. Let me get my gong going though for you. Thank you, brother. Hey, Rick, what's going on, Rick? MF and Grimes, what's happening? Jarrell Hadid, Kevin Rice in the building. Good morning. Jay Coop, Michael Wright, what's happening? Mr. Gallimore, Virgil Wembley in the building. Mike Kirkland, what's happening? Man, okay. That's it. That's the only commentate. We got to wait till people roll in the chat. I guess I got on here a little late. So, somebody call me. What's going on, Midnight Boxing? Thank you, brother. Wow, that's huge. Thank you. He said, your boy, that boy Frank was getting pieced up. I had a 6'6". The foreshadowing of Derek James camp going down. Oh, Lord. Spence, July 29th, Charlo 30th. That camp going to be done this year. Frank, food for Devin, Core, and Tank. I mean, I don't really know what you want me to say. That dude won that fight. And he dang near knocked that dude out. But okay, if that's what you think. Wow, you seem like you're putting a lot of ill will on them guys. That's what it looks like. You got a lot of ill will towards them. Hey, Mr. Squire, well, from yesterday morning, thank you. Said, father like son. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you yesterday, Mr. Squire, well, for that support yesterday, man. And when I wasn't on the channel yesterday, also, Mr. Ramsey said, for your words on the brick on the wall, brick on the back, for your words on the brick on your back, on the back. I'm not sure what that meant exactly, Mr. Ramsey, but thank you, brother, for that support in the Cash App. Thank you very much. And this morning, shout out to BWB, BDW Boss One, Mr. Wallace. Thank you, brother, for that $2 holler. Thank you for your support, man. Midnight Boxing. I don't really know what to make of that. You seem like you got a lot of ill will towards that camp. What I noticed was that the reason that Derek James was the reason he won that fight. Did you not know? Did you notice Derek James training, his coaching in the corner? But we can talk about it. Feel free to hit the link. Here's a link right here. Feel free to explain that to me on the link. You're invited. But I appreciate you, Midnight Boxing, for the support. It looked like to me like they won. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like he won the fight, and that Derek James told him everything he needed to hear in order to make the adjustments to make sure he won the fight. Stop moving backwards, move forwards. You got to break him down. And then he went about breaking him down, and he broke him down, and he won the fight. That's what I think. I know it's King. But I don't mind talking to him this morning. Especially with the color yellow. I appreciate you, man, because, we took a day off yesterday, so the channel had to go on pause yesterday because I was out of my son's thing, man. Dank was extremely upset with Frank. Yeah, because Frank was looking pretty. I understand what he's saying, though. I think it seemed like Frank Martin may have had a little bit of he may have had a little bit. Thank you, Midnight Boxing. Man, you can click that link though. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and click that. Hey, come on, King. Go ahead and click the link, bro. No need to hire, bro. Go ahead and click that link, man. Go ahead and click that link. Jayada, what's up? Midnight Boxing is praying for Derek's demise. It's not happening, brother. They're praying for all of them. Really, Errol Spence's. Really, the PBCs. I don't understand how in the world you think he's food for any of these guys. He looked like food last night to you. Didn't look like food to me. It looked to me like the guy looked like he started off slow, but at the same time, man. Come on, man. You gotta know. Hold on one second. Yeah, sorry about that. Hold on one second, man. I got to do something with my partner, my business partner. Hold on one second. Hold on. Yeah, I fucked that up. There you go. Yeah, messed that up. All right, got it. All righty. Nine. Do you think you're Frank Boyd? Yeah, of course. Yes, I think he's ready. Absolutely, I think he's ready. I would like to know why it's my boy though. I want to know why it's my boy though. Can y'all explain something to me? Why is it my boy? Because I said I don't really know. I said I think I'm waiting to see more from Frank Martin. I don't know why it's my boy all of a sudden. However, what I think yesterday, yes, I do think he's ready, very ready. Man, that dude is very. First of all, um, he said, Derek said, "What the hell are you doing?" I just think that it was his first time headlining the car. Well, no, is it his first or second time headlining the car? Yeah, it was a. I think he wound up doing what he needed to do to pull out the fight. I liked it. At the end of the day, I liked it. I think he could have went and tried to break the guy down earlier and be more aggressive with him. And if he would have done that from the beginning, he probably would have stopped that guy. And he almost stopped the guy as is. Now, but we'll see. We'll see. Fighting in spurts. I did need, before I steal somebody's content, let me acknowledge that I did listen to a short last night from KO 86, Knockout 86 TV, where he had broke down what he thought about uh about um about Frank Martin fighting in spurts. And I think he may be right about that. Some more support. Thank you. Midnight Boxing said the camp might be down this year for nine. You know this deep down, Spence. No, I don't know this deep down. Oh, thank you, Emmanuel. Hey, Emmanuel. Okay, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I know. He said you want to look pretty or you want to win the fight. I want to win the fight. Yeah, you want to look pretty or win the fight. Now you better go in there and get gritty. No, I don't know that. I know this. I know that that's a wake up call to stay on your point, to stay on game. No, I don't know that. I favor all of them to win. I favor them all to win, and that's a win. You know that deep down that you want them to lose. But I appreciate you, man. No joke, holding down the chat today, King. You're holding down the chat. King is about to be king of the chat today. Hey, man, I don't know that. Nor am I going to allow for you to put that negativity in my brain. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that at all. What's going on, Track Life Productions in the building? What's going on, man? But I appreciate you, Midnight Boxing. Thank you. And I like that name. You know what I mean? Unless, it's a play on black people's skin color. But, that's just kind of how my mind works with a guy that I think is king. But oh my God, let me tell you something, Mr. Pragmatic. The commentary last night was the most ridiculous commentary that I have ever heard in a boxing match. Steve Farhood, what are you doing? God dog, Steve Farhood, what are you doing? What is Abner Mares doing? Dude, what is Abner Mares and these guys doing? Dude, Abner Mares sucks. Dude, Abner Mares sucks. Let me just go back to this. Bring back Paulie Malignaggi. God, dog, Abner Mares, you suck. You are sitting there you're just rooting against the guy the whole fight. You guys one big chorus of rooting against Frank Martin last night. Man, I would have sworn this guy, they were like, dude, he had that dude to the point where he needed a knockout to get a win in the 9th round. After the 9th round, God dog, please bring on Andre Ward. Please, Steven Espinoza, please, God dog, whoever's responsible for it, please. Abner Mares is the freaking worst. Abner Mares is, dude, stop rooting so much, Abner Mares. You're rooting for the guy. You're hoping that the underdog wins. It's very, very clear. Like, oh my God, they're terrible, man. Steve Farhood's scorecard. You're trying to tell me after 9 rounds, Frank Martin needed a knockout to win? Every single solid dude, he gave the first 3 rounds to the other guy, then gave Frank Martin 2 out of 3, then another big block of 3. Like, are you like, dude, every one of these rounds, these are close rounds. You're giving every close round to him. You're giving every close round to that man. He was rooting for the dude. He was rooting for the dude. It's like, man, Frank Martin was hitting that dude. Frank Martin was counterpunching him, landing the heavier shots in several of those rounds. Look, I don't have a problem with the scorecards. And I don't have a problem with somebody saying, I have a big problem with anybody says that guy won the fight. I got a big issue with that. That guy did not win that fight. They were just, dude, but he was not, dude, the man was not up like 9 rounds to 2. Like, dude, they had that man up like 9 rounds to 2. like what? Like 8, they had him up like 8-2. Something like 8 rounds to 2. Like, what are you talking about? He said, yeah, I was watching. Oh, I'm sorry. Where'd it go? Yeah, man. Amir, the legend, said, yeah, I was confused watching the fight. He had Frank down 3 rounds going into the 10th. It's like, dude, yeah, okay, so it was 7. It was, so going into the 10th would mean there's 9, right? 7-2. 7-2. I don't think it was 6-3. Maybe it was 6-3, but it was lopsided. It's like, this looks like a lopsided fight to you. First half was up for grabs. Second half was all Martin. Yeah. Anyway, man, I was like, wow. Hell no. 6. I can understand, man. Please, man. Terry, don't schmoot me this morning, bro. Don't schmoot me this morning, okay? James Wade said, dude performed better than expected, so he was winning the fight. Last I checked, landed punches get scored. Pretty much. Like, but it is what it is, man. At least they don't get to call a fight. The judges, I thought, did a good job. But I've been saying this. That's why I don't listen to these commentators to get mad at the judges. Because you commentators' scorecards are way worse. Hey, Rodzilla Jones, you got to get rid of that picture, dog. That picture ain't right, bro. Hey, James Wade, thank you for that support, bro. And my guy, Paul Carrick, in the building. What's up? Paul Carrick, big time Paul Carrick. Thank you, man. Said, hey, supporting my Bison brother. Shout out, man. Shout out there, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Needed too, because we took the day off yesterday. So, we got to work today. We got to work to try to get it back today. Fanon, him chasing that KO and putting the division on notice got him needing another fight to prove himself. He doesn't need to do that. He's fine. He ain't got to prove himself. He won the fight. He's the interim champion. He dropped the dude. He beat the dude up in the second. Made the dude take a knee. He did what he needed to do. He didn't got to go back to the drawing board, bro. No, he doesn't have to go back to the drawing board. Shakur Stevenson went 12 rounds with Nakathilia. He didn't have to go back to the drawing board. Keep it moving, man. You don't got to keep going back. Oh, well, now, Fanon, you went to Howard? Yes, I did. I went to Howard for law school. Yes, I did. I went to undergrad at Dillard though. So Blue Devils in this mug. But nobody really knows about Dillard, so it is what it is. But that's my undergrad. I'm gonna put a time. You're going too hard today, dog. Okay, you're hitting a little below the belt. All right, today. All right, you're doing a little much today, dog. You're doing a little much. Doing a little much. But yes, sir. I went to Howard University, sir. I went to Howard University. But let's get back on a very good night of fights, though. There was very good nights of fight. There were some very good fights, though. Hey, Mike Kirkland, thank you, brother. Said a little support. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, I literally grew up 5 minutes from Howard. Oh, okay, that's what's up. You out there in Northwest. Cam said, I thought Frank fought well as soon as he wanted to hurt the man. He did badly. Yeah, he did. Oh, Andy Cruz looked good, man. Andy Cruz cannot punch to save his life, though. Man, Andy Cruz got them. He got them Haney paws. He got them Haney paws. But at the same time, dog, yeah, that guy's gonna be trouble trying to outbox him. Yeah, he looked really good, and that's a big fight to begin with. To start off with Juan Carlos Burgos, yeah, that was good. Frank didn't look that good last night. Hey, look, he looked fine to me. I just think he had he just didn't have his best performance. But the thing is, hey, man, do you win and you have an off night? You're not performing at your best. Did you get the job done? He got the job done. He stepped up. He started hunting the dude down. He started beating the dude up. And he wound up getting the win. So, to me, I just say, okay, it wasn't the best looking performance. Let me see the next one. But not let me see the next one as in, oh, he cannot fight Shakur Stevenson. He can't fight Gervonta. He can't fight Deion. I'm not trying to hear none of that, dog. Don't put this. Don't try to go stick him in the back of the queue and use a fight that he won as an excuse for other people not to have to fight him. Frank Martin proved he got them hands. There was good and there were bad, good and fans and bad to that. Jay Prince Jr., you're getting out of here with the name Jay Prince Jr., brother. You're out of here. See you later. Come on, Oz. What's up, man? He said the fight was similar to Ellis Villa fight. Of course, Devon, the Chihuahua Haney, was hating on Twitter when he was running when he's running from the Loma rematch. Shakur, Frank, and others. Frank needed this fight. Yeah, he won the fight, man. He won the fight. And Devin need to be just that guy will beat Kambosos. That guy will beat Kambosos. I ain't trying to hear it. He'll beat Kambosos. Okay. I ain't trying to hear it, dog. He'll beat that dude will beat Kambosos, okay? That dude is better than Kambosos is. I ain't trying to hear none of that, dog. What's up, man? How you doing, King? How can I help you this morning, sir?
Yo, what's up, man? I had that fight 6-6. What did you score that fight?
I know you had it 6-6. You put it in the in the Cash App. But how did I have the fight? I don't really actually I can't tell you that I scored it.
So would you say it was unanimous?
I mean, I only get one vote, so I can't say that whether 3 other people will agree or not. I think Frank Martin won the fight, but I got to tell you, I did not score the fight. I was too busy listening to the ridiculous commentary of Showtime.
Do you think he looked good in this fight?
In spots, yeah. I like what he looked
Overall,
at. I like what he did at the end. Yeah, matter of fact, I liked very much. There's certain things, when you look at things look at him in the positive light, what it looked to me was like he was boxing him, looking for counter shots, looking to pot shot him, counter punch him. And then when he needed to, he stepped on the gas and he went at him. And he wound up dropping him, hurting him very bad, probably broke that boy's orbital bone. So, I think the way that he closed the fight out was very good for him.
I
Yeah,
think he was getting countered way too often. He was getting hit to the body. He was pulling back real hard when he was getting hit to the body. He just didn't know how to deal with that fighter. And then the only thing he had to do was move forward,
it's
like
what he did.
Fury did against Wilder in the second fight. He had to go forward and attack that dude.
Yeah,
And
thanks for listening to Derek
but
James. That's what he did.
no,
Did you not?
but
Didn't you?
why
You didn't
why
see
did it
that?
take him 9 rounds? And he's a 28-year-old prospect. Why would that take him 9 rounds to get to that point?
I don't know,
And
but
he's
it
he's in
did.
his prime. He's in
It
his
did.
prime right now, right? 28
I,
years old.
dude, first of all, you can stop arguing, dog. You're not gonna get one. Okay. I
I'm just
didn't
giving
score
you
the
my
fight.
opinion.
Let me know. Let me be very clear, bro. You're not gonna get one. I didn't score the fight, so I don't know how I scored the fight. I was focusing on the commentary, what I thought was a ridiculous commentary, and I didn't have the energy or the focus to score the fight. As far as what he should have done coming forward, he did come forward. I don't
I'm
care how
not
old
saying
he is. I don't
I'm
care
not
how well
saying he
he's.
didn't win the fight. I
I
think he
don't
won
guess
the
you are.
fight
You
with that
said it was a
knockdown.
draw. I don't care
6-6,
how,
and then he wins with a knockdown.
bro. Let me tell you something, dog. If you don't stop getting aggressive with me
Got you.
in this nice morning that I'm having, polite as I'm being to you,
I'm calm, man.
if you think that he didn't look that good to you, I don't have any problem with what you're saying. You don't. That's how you think of it. Good for you. I
Yeah.
don't care. He's not a prospect. He's a contender. That was an undefeated fighter. Two undefeated fighters fought each other. That guy was just not from the United States. He's an Olympic bronze medalist. He was a good fighter. He's an Olympic bronze medalist. So the guy could actually box.
But all
So
that hype that was built up for Frank
what
Martin, I
hype?
just didn't
There's
see
not a
it.
lot of hype around Frank
Like
Martin. What do you
Man
mean?
Down, Errol Spence promoting
That's
it.
Errol is man down. Errol Spence is man down.
He beat a,
Frank Martin is the ghost.
he knocked out Michel Rivera in a 50-50 fight. He has one of the
He
best
didn't
wins at
knock out Michelle
135.
Rivera. Did he knock out Michelle Rivera? I
He
thought that went to
stopped.
the distance.
I thought he stopped him.
I thought it was maybe. I don't
I'm
remember. I know
not
he
sure,
won.
but you guys said that was
I
one
could
of the
have sworn
biggest
he
wins
went
at
the distance with him,
135.
though.
At 135, he has one of the major key wins, and
He
here we
does.
go against the Olympic bronze medalist, a Eurobump. Technically, he was what you
I
would
didn't
call a
call that
Eurobump.
man a Eurobum. Why are you
I'm
calling that
saying
man a Eurobum?
that's what you would call him,
No, I
technically,
wouldn't
because
call him a
he's
Eurobum.
from Europe.
I don't
He's a
call
nobody.
everybody
He's
from
like a
Europe a
cattle smith.
Eurobum. It's a Eurobum. Doesn't mean that he's If it was just European, I'd just say European and let it stand there.
So
Eurobum is a bum from
so
Europe.
so
An
Yildirim,
Ameribum is a bum from America.
so is Yildirim a Eurobump?
Alexander Usyk is from Europe. I don't call him a bum. He's not a Euro bum. Lomachenko's not a Euro bum. Beterbiev is not a Euro bum. I
Is
don't call
Yildirim
those
a
guys
Eurobump?
Euro bums just because they're from Europe.
It's
I call
Yildirim a
Euro
Eurobump.
bums Euro bums. Bums from Europe. I'll call a bum of Europe, bum from Europe a bum. I don't call good fighters from Europe bums because they're not. They're not Euro bums.
Well, for me, I just think that Frank Martin didn't look good in the fight. I don't think
Good for
he's even
you.
ready. He's even ready to fight Kambosos. I don't
Good
even
for
know if he
you.
beats Kambosos at this point. And obviously, Devin's gonna beat him 12 shutout. Devin
Maybe
Haney
he
shutout.
will. Maybe he will.
That's just my opinion, though. And I got him.
Yeah, clearly.
That's all I got, man.
All right. Thank you very
All right.
much,
I
man.
appreciate you having that conversation with me, man. All right.
No worries,
Peace.
man. Just, chill on all that aggression. But
I
I
got you.
appreciate you.
All right.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Take some of the bass out. Take some of that bass out your voice, man. Take some of that bass out your voice. Hey. Hey, hold on one second, man. My guy, I see Bobo. Hey, my guy, James Wade said another Derek James fighter claims yet another eye. That's another broken eye bone. What's up, Bobo?
Oh, good morning, man. I'm glad you're here. I almost had to do a double take this morning because I'm like, was Fanon on yesterday? And I could have sworn you were not on, and then
I
I
wasn't
thought
on
you,
yesterday.
yeah, and then I thought you were for a second, and then you confirmed it for me. So I appreciate that. Man, I'm glad you came on this morning and you had the link. I'm not sure what people are looking at. What do you want from your boxing? I mean, you know, everything is not going to be a cakewalk in a fight. You know, the guy was a bronze medalist. You know, Frank Martin didn't go that far as like his amateur career, so it's probably might have been his first, maybe not his first time, but I'm sure he probably wasn't used to the European style. You saw Derek James get in there and really coach. I mean, you could really feel the value of having Derek James in your corner in that fight, right? Like you could tell he was early on. He was telling them, you know, I think you're behind. Go knock him out. Like, and he was giving him valuable advice because you could tell Frank Martin was trying to read the situation and he wanted to be the counterpuncher. And that guy was not allowing him to sit there and he was not going to sit there and just be countered all day because he was really good. Like there's sometimes the other fighter has something to say, but what did he do when he had to do something? He went and he got the fight. Like the 6th round, I thought he was gonna knock him out in the 6th round. You could see his face was getting flushed. I mean, his face was turning red in that 6th round, and then he dominated the last 3 rounds. If anything, there's a lot of fighters at 135 that should probably sit there and be a little bit worried because he went and got the fight when he had to do it. And he got 4 points. He got 4 points clear out of the last 4 rounds, right? Because he got the knockdown in the 12th. So what is it that the critics want? So you want him to be in a non-competitive fight? Like this is good for Frank Martin, in my opinion. I mean, you hit it right on the head. I just wanted to kind of back up your point, so so some of these haters understand that you're not the only one who was seeing it in real time live. As you saw it, I 100% agree. Like this was a necessary fight. It's a good fight. I don't want to see him fighting bums. And I think like Keyshawn Davis' response to this fight was pretty telling too. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
No, what Keyshawn Davis say?
Yeah, at first he was making jokes, but then he kind of like he you know, he was putting his face all in the camera. It was kind of comical as he usually is. But then he pulled back a little bit. He said, "No, it was a good performance." And you could just see him reflecting. You can see his eyes. His eyes were not looking in the camera. His mind was reflecting, and he was thinking about it. Frank Martin is a problem. If you don't see that in a fight, if the guy was dominating so much, he would have continued to box from the outside, and Frank wouldn't have gone in there like that and did what he did. If anything, you should be worried. You should be worried because when Frank realizes, when he's familiar with the pattern, which I guarantee you, he's familiar with Shakur, he's familiar with Tank, he's familiar with all these guys, then you're going to see something different. So
and I think he just to add to what you're saying, I think one thing you can talk about what he doesn't have. Let's talk for a second about what he does have. He's got the power, he's got the ability to stop you, which is something that Shakur Stevenson may or may not have, Devin Haney does not have. And a lot of other lightweights don't have. They have the ability, just like Gervonta Davis has, the ability to say, okay, well, let's just get you up out of here. Let's just break you down. Let's just hurt you. Let's just get you out of here. I think that he probably could go at it. He probably could have went at that dude from the beginning, though, and just don't play around. Start breaking him down from round one, break him down until he had nothing left around 6 or 7. And I think that maybe kind of like with I don't think the guy was not moving as much as Karen Kukadajian, but I appreciate your input, man. And you're not going to have a bunch of easy fights.
Yeah, and just to really quick, I know somebody's probably behind us, but
no worries.
When I was studying the first guy, Freudis Rojas, he started speaking earlier in the week, and I'm like, who's this guy? And then they put him on the card, so I'm like, let me go see what he's about. And I looked at his amateur career. He actually, that 6'2" welterweight, had actually fought Frank Martin in the amateurs, and he beat him. But dang, he's like 6'2", and like last night he looked like 160 pounds. And we know that Frank Martin knocked down Virgil Ortiz in the amateurs. Hey, you got to look at guys. Got to start looking through some different lenses sometimes. You know, I understand it's fun sometimes to play around and be the skeptic, but I think you guys need to sit back and realize, like, he's for real. Like, and Frank Martin Frank Martin, if you look at him, he kind of came up a lot like Terrence Crawford. Really, he caught on late. Like maybe people didn't quite believe in him early on, but people kind of knew him, and he convinced Derrick James and Errol Spence to take him on as a pro. That should tell you a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know. I want to see more. I hear people pulling back. Oh, he's not ready for any of these guys. Well, if Ryan Garcia is ready, yeah, if Ryan Garcia can get in there with Tank, Frank Martin can too. Shakur Stevenson, does he want another Yoshino? If you really think that the guy's food, take him up next. Don't make any excuses. We would love to see it.
Yeah, no, but they're gonna make excuses. Nah, we don't get that fight. Nah, that was garbage. Nah, that was this, that. But
right.
Frank Martin has all these guys' attention, so it's good. Hey, well, I do got a couple of cats right behind you, man.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on today. Miss you, man.
Hey, man. Yeah, sorry, man. My son had a basketball tournament last.
That's all good. Understandable. So, that's more important.
I had to jump out of there. I had to jump out and do that for the day. Only got 100%. One more year. Only got one more year of those. So,
hey,
all right, man.
Keep it going.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, bro. Thank you, man. And again, thank you to everybody that supports in the Cash App. Thank you guys very, very much. It really does make a difference. James Wade says, I think I got it, but let me read it again. Another Derrick James fighter claims yet another eye. Yeah, definitely bopped him. I don't know if that came from that headbutt or if it came from him busting his eye. But what's going on? Kamal Oz in the building. What's happening with you, sir?
Hey, what's up, Fanon? Shout out to PBC, another great card. I don't know if you saw that hook that Rodriguez landed on Postal. It was just a beautiful hook that got hit, that knocked him down. And, Postal turned it on. Rodriguez turned it on because Postal was winning that fight to get the stoppage. So that was beautiful. And then let's just call it what it is with this Frank Martin stuff. It's just Errol Spence hate. People, the corporate media and the Bud buddies and the haters hate anything that's associated with Errol Spence Jr. and anything that's associated with Derrick James now. And so now they're super critical and hating on Frank Martin. And I saw the Chihuahua, Devin Haney, hating from the Twitter. That guy should be worried about his gun charge rather than hating on Frank Martin. Or if he thinks Frank Martin is food or whatever, why doesn't he take up Frank Martin on his offer? Because Frank Martin said he'd take that 25-75 offer that Haney sent to Shakur. So take him up on that. Everybody needs fights like this. And I've been saying this for a while now, you know me. I said Frank's been matched up hard. PBC is matching up these guys hard. This guy was an awkward, undefeated, never been knocked down, Olympic medalist from Germany via Armenia. This guy did not come to collect a paycheck. He wasn't Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid, first fight out of Japan, coming to the United States. This guy was somebody who had legitimate pedigree. So all these dudes who are hating, especially Keyshawn Davis, Derrick James exposed Keyshawn Davis for all of his clout chasing. He said that Top Rank was never going to make the Keyshawn Davis versus Frank Martin card. Keyshawn Davis, a lot of that is he's aligned with Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson. So if Devin Haney and all these guys, Haney got really lucky in that he got all those belts against George Kambosos, and he didn't have to fight through what has become like a really deep division at 135, fight any of these guys. And apparently he's going to go up seeking the weakest link, what he perceives to be the weakest link in Regis Prograis, not rematch Lomachenko, not fight a Frank Martin, accept his offer, not fight Shakur Stevenson, not fight a Subriel Matias. You want to comment in the Twitter section and your Twitter post, joking around about other people when you barely beat Lomachenko, what many people think you lost to Lomachenko, you don't want to run it back and you ran out of the ring. Go up there and fight Subriel Matias. That's all I got, Fanon. I'm out.
All right, man. You stay good, man. What's going on? Uncle Jack, what's happening, man?
Oh, you got it. Fanon. How you feeling this morning, my brother?
Man, I can't complain about anything, man. How are you feeling, sir?
Hey, I'm feeling great, man. We witnessed a great fight last night. I'm actually happy to be here. I've been a long time viewer, first time person that's trying to join the chat, throw my 2 cents into the bucket. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I watched that fight last night, and I'm with Derrick James. Frank was losing the fight coming up until the 10th and 11th, in my opinion. even though I wasn't scoring it. But he showed us that he still had that dog in him. I knew he had that dog in him, but he said that he said at the end of the fight that his reaction time was slowed down. His reaction time was off. So I don't know what happened during training camp to alter that or whatever, but he still got the job done.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he did. That's what counts. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't score the fight, so I couldn't tell you who I had up or down. I was just like, I just knew it was a close fight. So I was
yeah,
more
that
important than
that
writing
that
it down.
guy, I can't pronounce his name. Hartunian, I
Yeah, something
believe.
like that.
Yeah, that man, that guy wasn't no slouch, man. He came to win the fight. That's what he came to do. He came to win the fight. Unfortunately, sometimes you just lose.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely.
But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold your show up. I just wanted to throw my 2 cents into the
Man,
bucket.
I
Shout
appreciate it,
out to
man.
all the super fans. Shout out to all the casual fans. Shout out to all the haters. Shout out to YouTube for hosting this. And yeah, man, everybody enjoy their weekend.
All right, man. Make sure you come back, man, Uncle Jack. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, I'll be back. I'll be back for another one.
All right, now get back. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All righty, all righty, all righty. Look, I don't think there's a lot of reason to be wondering what took place in the fight. What's going on, Richard Paris? How you feeling, man? Man, I don't think there's any big reason to be. Dude, he won the fight. Just that's a fight that you win. He moved on from the fight. He wanted to look really good in the fight. The fight was not an easy fight for him. He didn't look the best, but at the end of the day, man, he closed the show against that dude. Stepped up with him, hurt him, started beating that dude up. And at the end of the day, man, he did what he needed to do. He probably shouldn't have. I don't know if he ever. Look, 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 man. Every single solitary fight that somebody has something like this, people do this. Anytime somebody doesn't win by like a first round, if you would have knocked down in a first round knockout, then the guy would have been a bum. If the guy wins some rounds and but he still wins the fight, oh, he was exposed, always this, he's that. No, that guy is every bit as good as George Kambosos and the guys and several guys that Shakur Stevenson went the distance with. I do think the dude won some rounds, but man, when the guy started pressing on him, man, that was the dude. He started breaking his body. What's going on, upper echelon, man? How you feeling, man?
What's going on, Fernand? I feel pretty good. How you feeling today, bro?
Man,
Shalom.
I'm gay. I can't complain, man. I'm up talking about this fight.
Yeah,
I want to actually pretty soon gonna talk about the other fight card because I enjoyed the fight card with Alyssa Bumgardner. I actually missed the post-off fight because I was watching that Alyssa Bumgardner fight. But what's up? What do you want to say about Frank?
Postal need to hang it up, man. Ever since Antoine Russell knocked him out, he ain't been the same, man. He was running this and ducking this stuff last night. He need to go ahead and just hang it up. But Devin and all the detractors that they taken away from Frank Martin. First off, Frank Martin had a very live dog in there with him last night. The man came down from 140, and the man was daggone had a 250 amateur fights. Plus, he was a bronze medalist. Plus, he was undefeated with 7 knockouts. The man is better than anybody Shakur done fought. He's better than Valdez. Anybody on Shakur's resume. Yeah, and he's better than Kambosos. The man was a genuine fighter, undefeated. He was like a Baval or better BM, like one of those career amateur boxers that turned pro later. That's what he was, and he was a very good fighter. And he was tricky. He had moves, and he got in there and was getting into Frank. Frank had to figure him out later. I think he might have cracked that man orbital bone because the way it was messed up and then it was swollen up. It looked like it was messed up. But it's funny how people sit there and talk crazy, but they fighting fighters like Anthony Gidget. Like Keyshawn Davis, you fight Anthony Gidget. Devin Haney, you almost lost and didn't run it back. But take home now to go ahead and humble you anyway. But Frank Martin, his third fight in, he sat there and sparred with Tank and got good work with Tank, and that was just his third fight. Frank Martin gets better each time he steps into the ring. They got to realize Frank Martin started boxing at 16. He's had a hell of a learning curve. What they've been doing their whole life, he's been doing for half the time, and he's doing it just about as better than them. Just about as good as them, if not even better. And that's why they hate on him, because he's did it in less than time they've been doing it in. And I would put him in the ring with any one of them right now. Shakur, they've been calling you out. Instead of talking your shit, get on in the ring. It's gonna be a payday. You see, Frank had that thing packed last night, but they can't stand PBC, Al Heyman, Earl Spence, Big Dog. But that's my time, man. This is Up Echelon. I'm signing out. Peace and blessings to all. Shalom, man.
All right, man. Get back with you, sir. Real quick though, man. Check Jason in the Cash App, brother. Thank you, man. Said just a shout out for Nan. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you, sir. Real quick, the dream did not almost anything except win. Didn't almost anything except win. What are you talking about? No, by the way, that guy, Artem, I didn't realize that story. I see how, just give me 1 second. I didn't realize this dude was 30. He's 32 years old. He's 12-0. He's a 140 pounder. Most of his career, he fought at 140 pounds. He's been down. He has only fought 3 times at 135 pounds. So he's a big dude and pretty much got a million amateur fights. So he was trying to box and he was trying to get it. What's going on, T. Orlando? He's trying to box. He's trying to win it by boxing. And then the dude stepped up and tried to knock him out. I mean, I don't care. So what? That man, please, you guys. What's going on, Lamar?
Hey, man, what's happening, Fanon?
Man, I can't call it. What's up with you, sir?
So I just got one question. And I've been following boxing, pretty close. I can't say die hard, but really close enough. But tell me, or answer this: what of people's favorite fighter who has not had a close fight, from the greats to the middle of the pack? Who has not had a close fight in their entire career? That's what I need to understand. But we know why. That's something separate. But aside from Terrence Crawford,
it illustrates the point. The only people that have not been have never had tough fights are people that have never fought tough fighters. Like, you have to literally pick all of your fights in order to get there. You know what I mean? And even then, he's had some moments where he's got wobbled. But go ahead, man.
And so even Shakur, I can't remember the fight, but I think it was one of his round fights.
Nakathilia.
He even said to himself, he said, I didn't have my best performance. Did he forget?
Nakathilia.
Right. And I watched that, and it wasn't like great, spectacular. It happens. So the revisionist history to me, it's like even the people that just, want to hate on the fight yesterday, I just need to know realistically what fighter, if you're in there, even on a subpar, somebody you should, even to Floyd had tough fights, the people that you would think that he would dominate, it just happened. So to say that he can't or he shouldn't be ready to do whatever, and it just baffles me. That's all.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, Lamar Jones. Thank you for stopping by, man, sharing your thoughts.
All right, man.
All right, now come back again, please.
For sure.
What's going on, Usar Imka?
Name hard as hell to say.
How do you pronounce it?
You said it right.
Okay.
But every time I go on the show, they be like, it's one of them strange names. You know how it go. Man, just coming from announcing fights last night. We was doing some cage fights. But you like me, I wanted to talk about Baumgartner. Frank looked good. He fought Hartunian. Hartunian comes from a family of fighters that kickbox, and they kickbox really well. You probably seen some of his, I don't know if they're his cousins or brothers. The Hartunians fight in Glory. They used to fight in the K1. And I believe he's a cousin of one of my old fighters, Stefan Zaytunian, Armenian based and very nice. But Baumgartner, She's a cutie. She got that booty, and she be throwing them damn hands, man. She boxed her butt off last night, and Leonard Detot, very difficult. It's another difficult name to say. She's got power. She's always had power. Even the first time when she beat Baumgardner. So for her to just erase what happened, and I know she had to do a lot of psychological uh, erasing of the old fight because she trained with my partner Fareed for her last fight, and it just was an excellent boxing display last night. And I'm glad Detroit has two powerful sisters right now, Clarissa Shields, and you got Baumgardner, man. Crazy, right?
Yeah, man, they look good, man. She looked really good last night.
Didn't she?
Yeah, she did. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not saying like she looked good. I don't really,
I'm
man. I
messing
just look at her from the fights. I really liked how. I mean, she's got really good strength. That girl is and I'm telling you, that girl Leonardo, the Greek from Dominican Republic. I thought people act like I was crazy. I'm like, she was putting her hands on Katie Taylor too.
She
Like
got ripped off in that Taylor fight.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, but so did Amanda. Amanda went over there, beat the brakes off of Katie, and they were, oh, Katie's boxing. That's why I say turn off the announcing table if you're listening to Britain or you're listening to one of these other biased stories, because she should have been lost that title.
Yeah, she actually moved. I think she moved up a weight and fought Leonardo at a higher weight, and then at a higher weight. That's the last time she went to that weight. Because I was like, man, this girl but Katie Taylor do all that shoe shining, and so she'll shoe shine. Yeah, she'll throw all that shoe shining out there, and then they'll give it a round. But one of the most Katie Taylor, one of the most overrated fighters, like just absolutely overrated. But yeah, man, I like that. I like that a lot, man. So yeah, so what else on your mind, man?
Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. What did you see episode 2?
Nah, I didn't. I fell asleep, man.
Yeah. Episode 2 is a bit better. Terrence down here in the Springs. I'm in Colorado. He's in Colorado Springs. That Olympic Training Center. They putting him through that work, man. And Bo Mack said something funny. Bo Mack, because Terrence started dancing a little bit. He said, I bet you ain't going to do that dance when you fight Errol. I bet you ain't going to dance like that when you fight Errol. And so he really, the psychological game of both of them is going to be really immense. This is that fight. This is really that fight, man. And I think I don't know if we're going to get a Marvin Hagler versus Thomas Hearns type effect. I don't know if we're going to get a Sugar Ray versus Hearns type of effect, but something like that is about to take place. And I'm telling you all now, I said it about 3 times. Both of these dudes is about to touch the canvas at least once in this fight. Mark it. You heard it here first. You heard it on Fanon.
Yeah, you didn't hear me say it though. Hey man, I mean, we'll see, dog.
Terrence, you don't like it, I'll come down to that training center. You know what it is, brother.
All right, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mr. So Please. Hey, so Asar Imka. What's the first name and the last name? Your last name
Asar, and then M is the old traditional name.
Okay.
In spirit. So it's Asar in spirit.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, Asar. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you coming back again, man. Thank you. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Look, if you predicting Terrence Crawford's hitting the deck, dog, it's a wrap. Bomac agrees with Derek James. You will not be dancing. No, man. Look, dude, if Terrence, I think Errol goes at him just like that second half of that fight for Frank Martin. That is the safest bet. The safest bet for him is just to go at him and break that dude down from the first round until he breaks. For now, did you see Errol's Errol Bud did not want this fight, and it is now a retirement plan. Oh, yeah, I saw it. I got something coming up about that. Yeah, man. I saw that, man. I saw the interview. Yeah, I saw the interview. Yeah, I saw that, man. Man, I don't know if it's a retirement party or if cats are just petty. You know? if cats are just controlling and petty, it's hard for me to really get to get a grip on that. LeVar Aiken said, Fanon, remember everybody did this with Boots Ennis 2 fights ago. He was called a bum because the other guy ran. But I think that first 6'2" guy will be really good. Oh, you're talking about Elvis Rodriguez? I mean, I'm all right on Elvis Rodriguez if you're talking about Elvis Rodriguez. Yeah, it said toss a coin. Like, man, you just petty, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's just petty, man. Hey, thank you, brother, for that support. Bud said Gamboa was his hardest fight, man. Yeah, we'll see, bro. We'll see. Hey, thank you, Mr. Rogers. And I don't mean the funny Mr. Rogers. That dude was hilarious, man. Flipping him off. Man, happy birthday to Steve Fulton Jr. What's going on, Adrian Molina in the place to be? What's happening, sir? Fanon, when you say boxer shoe shine, what do you mean by that? I always wonder. It means you're throwing a bunch of punches with nothing on it. It means you're just doing this. You're just doing this. And it's not like you just throw a bunch of but the punches aren't meant to hurt anybody. You're just throwing your hands. That's what it means. Like you're not punching to hurt somebody. You're just throwing a bunch of punches in a row and trying to keep the person to not throw their hands because you're just moving your hands. You know, kind of like people were scoring points for Tyson Fury fainting. Katie Taylor's not putting anything behind her shots. You know? What's going on, man? Ricky Cooper. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Thank you for that support. Greatly appreciate you, man. Thank you for sponsoring the channel. Yeah, he won a coin toss. It's stupid. Like, just stupid. You know what I mean? Just, man, a bunch of dumb, asking for a bunch of ridiculousness. And so he just kept giving it and keeps giving it so he can get the fight. Okay, I always wondered what you were meant. Yeah. That's what it means. Just means she's just throwing her hands and touching her. She's touching them so that the crowd will go, ooh. But he's really not doing anything. What's going on, Cody? Why? Devin Haney's type punches are all shoe shine. Pity. Nah. He doesn't shoe shine. He just can't punch. There's a difference. Devin Haney is actually hitting you. He is committing with his punches and hitting you with his punches. That's not what I meant. That's definitely not what I meant. Devin Haney actually punches. Devin can fight, man. Devin's a very good fighter. Very good fighter. Very good fighter. I don't think he's like, let me put it this way. He ain't Floyd. You know what I mean? He ain't Andre Ward, but he's a good fighter. Does Crawford still have to KO every decision made for the fight? Who knows? I doubt it. Who knows? Whatever it is what it is, man. Hey, Kamal, I said Katie Roughneck Taylor is the most overrated female boxer of all time. Gigantically overrated. Oh my! And they didn't guess what they didn't do. They didn't let anybody win against her till it was another woman from the UK. Then they were like, okay, let her have it. Let her have it. So they can pass. They're trying to keep women's boxing over there in the UK. I'm telling you, Katie Taylor is super hyped up. Super garbage. I mean, I don't like her at all, dude. Nah, he ain't Tank. No, he's not as talented as Tank. I don't think so. But it is what it is. You know, you guys do what you guys want to do. Nah, Layla Ali's not the most overrated. Layla Ali could fight. But that whole time frame, I think, was overrated for women's boxing. But we'll see. The Elite B-side, who is not entertaining to watch, does not draw viewers. Who is that? Check, Jason. Terrence Crawford is pretty entertaining to watch. Whatever, man. I don't think Errol's really tripping like that. I don't think Errol's being petty like that. Like, all right, whatever. You want to walk in second. Like, dude, ain't nobody, Abe Cats ain't there to see you, man. Hey, Devin, what'd he say? Yeah, he's not, man. Just whatever, man, with Devin, really. I don't care. So what? Incel, all you're telling me is that Undisputed doesn't mean anything. So what? So what? Please do not talk about Devin Haney like he's Floyd Mayweather or Andre Ward. Please don't. Josh Taylor was undisputed. Will you stop? And I mean it, man. Please stop. You guys make it so impossible to like the kid. So what? Jermaine Taylor. Nah, I don't think I did. Hold on a second. Maybe I did. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I see him there. Okay. All right, running. He's out he's running. Looking mighty fit. Kids shirts available. Strap season. That's hilarious. Okay, he's out there, Lazy Dog Restaurant. He's just selling them t-shirts. What you talking about specifically? I see him out here selling these t-shirts. Oh, okay. Richard Parrish, you sent it to me? Okay, yeah. This. Out there working. Yeah, I'm looking for it, man. Let's get it. Yeah, I got you. I just saw it. Cool, I got you. Yeah, I just saw it. Showtime pay-per-view, man. That's a big fight, man. I'm looking forward to that fight. Yeah, side swipe. Hold on. Yeah, it looks ripped, man, for sure. Is that Thomas Hill? That is Thomas Hill. In the training with him. For now, did anybody ever find out how much Spence and Crawford are getting paid for this fight? No, somebody will make it up though. Don't worry, somebody will make up a number pretty soon, man. Don't worry. Somebody will make it up. Hey, Ricky Cooper. Thank you, brother, for that support, man. Appreciate you for sponsoring the channel today. It definitely means a ton. Thank you. Let me put this link back in this chat though. See if y'all want to get up here. I don't know how much they're going to make. They're getting paper. They're going to get a cut of the pay-per-view. So depends. I think it really just matters how many they sell. You know, I think really that's it. It's just how much they sell. We'll see. Floyd was smart. He'd been talking about all those sanction fees, didn't need all those belts, just money. Look, stop making excuses to say Devin is great. I'm looking at what's going on in the ring, okay? In the ring. I don't care about the belts that the man has. I don't care about how old he is. I don't care about any of that stuff, man. You know, I don't care, man. I don't care. Like, I don't care how you say he went to Australia to win. I don't care if you like the interior of his car. I just don't care. Okay? I'm telling you, the man is not the level of fighter that Andre Ward was, and he's not the level of fighter that Floyd Mayweather Jr. was. Okay? He's not that level of fighter. If you're lucky, he'll be an Oscar De La Hoya, but I don't think he's that level of fighter either. I think he's a very good fighter. That's what I think. And we'll see what happens when he goes up and he actually starts fighting guys, because the one really good fighter that he fought, many people think he lost to. Okay? And if you guys are going to be out here crying about Frank Martin, let me remind you about what happened in that Lomachenko fight. I don't think I saw Frank Martin getting his head spun anything like Devin Haney was getting his head spun by Lomachenko. I'm telling you, that fight with Lomachenko, that was a more convincing win out of Frank Martin than what Devin got over Lomachenko. And Lomachenko is not an undefeated fighter, even though Lomachenko is probably better than him, but he's nowhere near as big as that guy is, because that guy was like 5'8", definitely a weight class above him. Bro, he just ain't got light skin. He just ain't got any color in his skin. I'm not trying to hear all of that. Richard Paris, he was lying. He said he only needs to lose 5 pounds. He was lying. He wasn't telling the truth. Hey, Richard Paris, he wasn't telling the truth. That was tongue in cheek. He didn't really mean that. Now Frank Martin is better than Haney. That's ridiculous. First of all, I didn't say he was better than Haney, but I don't know who is better. They have to fight. They'd have to fight. I don't know who's better. Man, Lomachenko let his hands go upside Devin's head. What are you talking about? Lomachenko let his hands go up top that man, right upside that man's head. Please don't pretend. Please, let's not pretend. You want to punish people in victory, we'll punish everybody in victory. You know? You don't know that. You think that. I don't know that. I do not know that. I don't know that. Do not know that. Nah, man, no, beat the man and beat the man. Stop. Who beat the man and beat the man? You guys overrate these dudes, man. Or it's funny because what you do is you overrate your guy and then you underrate other people. Man, just call it like it is, man. Devin had a hard time with Lomachenko. He barely won the fight. Okay? Jermaine Ortiz did a better job against Lomachenko than Devin did. Okay? Panel, I mean, you guys can jump on. Y'all support the, hey, man, much love to everybody that supports the channel and the Cash App and the Super Chat. Y'all can jump on and say what y'all want to say. I'm down with it. I don't know about 15 people, but I mean, I don't know. You know, it is what it is. It's Sunday morning. We got 433 people in here. Y'all freeloading. I guarantee when I look at this like, there ain't going to be 300 likes. Ain't even 200 likes. Would y'all hit the like button? If you can't sponsor the channel, which is greatly appreciated, at least hit the like button, man. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you, man. Devin Haney has one guy that he beat that I have respect for as a fighter. One. Lomachenko, and he barely won the fight. And quite honestly, my first reaction was that he lost it. Now, you guys want me to go back and look on slow motion and rewatch the fight and all of that? Hey, man, it could have been a close fight. But honestly, it's like the opposite of what just happened with Frank Martin. Frank Martin was actually doing damage with them body shots. Frank can box and bang. Haney ain't banging with anybody. He tried to bang with Oscar. He tried to bang with Lomachenko. He just doesn't have the power to do it. But he's a good fighter, man. Frequent Flyer Fanana, you can always expect that I smash that like button. Thank you, man. Thank you, Frequent Flyer. I definitely appreciate you hitting that like button. Thank you. Now, I want to get off your boy. I don't want to talk about Devin Haney in his lightweight division because honestly, I think that, well, not honestly, I'm going to say this dishonestly just so I can get under your skin. I don't think he's as good as Andy Cruz is. I don't think he's as good as Andy Cruz is. I think Andy Cruz looked better than Devin Haney. How about that? What's going on, Facts and
What's
Law
up?
Pod?
What's up, good brother? How you feel? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling well, man. Hold on one second. Midnight Boxing said, "Can I get a wrench, bro?" Terry Smoot approves. No, you cannot. No, King. No fake names. No, we are not. We have not reached that level of friendship. Thank you very much for your support, though, bro. What's going on, Facts and Law? What's on your mind, man?
Hey, man, I liked that fight last night. It shows some resilience out of Frank because he needed it.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I'm trying to get my earpiece to connect because it's kind of low. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
It's still not working. All right, but yeah, man, I think Frank. It was a little rough fight, but I feel like it was no doubt that he won it. I see a lot of people saying he got beat, and I'm like, dude. One thing I did notice is he took that guy's eye. His orbital might be broken.
Oh yeah, he got that thing.
Yeah, he took that. I think that's becoming a trend in that camp. You know? But he needed those last 3 or 4 rounds to really put it on him. And I could see, you could tell he was like, you see him do his turn and cut and then kind of pause. Like he wasn't, like he said, he couldn't really just pull the trigger like he wanted to last night, but he fought through it. And Derek James was not happy. You heard him. He said, hey, go out there and take it. You have to. And so I'm glad he did. My nephew was texting me, and every time my nephew would text saying something crazy like, oh, Frank about to lose, Frank will have a great round. It was like the 6th round, 8th, 9th. Wait, was it 6? I know he had a real good 6th round. And then the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, maybe. Everything after that seemed like it was kind of like a swing round, like it could have went either way. But when they showed the, CompuBox doesn't prove anything really, but it did show he was outlanding them basically the whole fight. So, tougher fight than he expected. I think he was also coming out very aggressive, thinking he was going to showboat and look pretty and get this guy out of there. And the guy was a lot tougher than he thought.
Yeah, he was, until he realized he wasn't that tough, and he broke him down, and he didn't want that no more.
Yeah. And like anybody saying that Frank lost that fight, you can't lose the last 3 rounds that bad and still win that fight. It's not like he was dominating. Did y'all notice anything about the commentators that were they saying a lot of shots were landing that weren't? They were like, he's checking all these shots with his arm. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I thought I was tripping.
No, you weren't. The commentating was so one-sided.
Right. It was like,
I'm telling you, what's his name is the dude. First of all, Steve Farhood, man, it's time to retire, dog. You're tired. Like, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, literally, dude, you're tired. You're snoozing off in the middle of these fights. Like, I always, guys, just give like big blocks of rounds, but Abner Mares, bro. I don't think Abner Mares said a positive word about
Frank.
What Frank Martin was doing the entire fight. Even when the guy got dropped, he just kept praising the guy about how, oh wow, that's really smart to take that knee like that.
Right? Man, I'm like, what are you talking?
Like, hold on, man. Yeah, is it smart to take a knee? I guess, but what? How about you not talking about the fact that Frank made him take the knee?
He brutalized him for like the whole round.
A great performance out of him. He's doing so well. He even knew to take a knee. Like, man, if you don't stop trying to oversell this dude.
Not to mention, he took a knee when it was like 13 seconds left in the round.
In the 11th round. Yeah, in the 11th.
Like, why would you take a knee? Just try and keep moving. You were really hurt. That's why I wish Frank would have been able to get him out of there, man.
Yeah, it is what it is, though. It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. I'm here, man. I'm gonna do some things trying to get this audio right. If they're gonna jump on and do a panel, but yeah, man, hey, if anybody think that Frank actually lost that fight, what you say all the time? Hey, click the link. No,
yeah, click the link. Man, they ain't clicking no link on that. They don't think even. All
right, man. I'm in the chat listening.
All right, brother. Yeah, I mean, y'all want to jump on here and do one? I don't have a problem. All right.
Cool. Yeah, I'll hop back in. Let me try and get my audio right because I can barely hear it.
Okay. All right, man. Peace. Yeah, man. I don't mind doing a panel today, man. It's just, Incel in the building, man, showing support. Thank you, Incel. Appreciate you, brother. Incel don't never agree with me on anything, but he definitely is a big time supporter. Thank you, brother, for that support, man. That dude, that Marks dude can wait till a black guy gets whipped. What? Who is Abner Mares? You talking about Mares, yeah. Can't man, dude, I ain't gonna lie, dude. He definitely be hating on the black fighter, bro. I ain't dog. Abner Mares, you gotta tuck it, dog. Abner Mares is so obvious with it. Like, dude, Abner Mares be rooting, like just straight up rooting. You gotta come on, man. You gotta call, man, please don't have Abner Mares. Yeah, I just don't think there's any way out with these commentators, man. I don't oh Jesus. Dare shoot Artem was robbed.
Good morning, chat. Good morning, everybody.
Man,
salute to everybody listening, and salute to everybody who's gonna listen to this on the live stream after this is finished. Good morning,
wild, dog. You wild.
Hey man, no, I watched that. It was a great night of boxing.
Hey,
I watched it all.
I got a beef with you though. Why you out here saying midnight trying to get King of Wrench, bro?
Wait, who? Oh wait,
look.
Oh wait, I don't even know who they are. Oh no, that's King. No, that's King. And come on, you can see it's a $2 holler. That's the King special right there. No, I don't even know who he is. No, sorry, King. I can't do it. But nice try, though.
Hey, King,
nice
jump
try.
on the panel, King. Jump on the panel, King.
No, but no, I mean it was a good fight. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Frank did get a little bit exposed. Oh boy, he was burning and turning with them. His footwork was nice. He had good angles. He kept doing that kind of like low sweeping, kind of like right hook. Kept trying to do right hook to the side, and he kept trying to throw that like kind of low right uppercut kind of like to the body where Frank would try to like hunch over. So it was a good fight. I thought, hey man, hey, shout out to Steve Farhood. Shout out to him. His scorecard was, hey man, shout out. And that's why I was saying, Fanon, you thought I was trolling in the chat. No, it was going into, I believe it was the 9th or the 10th, like in the scorecard on my TV, like it was 68-65 because remember, on his card, at the end of the fight, Farhood had it 114-113 still for Artem. Remember?
With what?
Even with the knockdown, it was with the 10-8 round, they still had 114-113 for that was on Farhood's scorecard. So I mean, I don't,
God, man.
But no, I guess and then if you heard his post-fight interview, he gave basically, I'll be honest with you, he gave such a good effort because I think that he wants to fight. He was saying that he loves Vegas, he loves fighting over here, he would like to fight over here again. He loves the US, so I think that he had to give that kind of showing. So, maybe we could bring him back over here, you know what I mean? So I felt like it was a good fight. Shout out to Alicia Bumgarner. That was also a good fight. Oh yeah, as well. Hey man, after Wilder, we're done at heavyweight. I'm calling it. That dude, Jermaine Franklin, is trash. Is trash. Trash. They pulled in, if you saw that fight, he pulled in and it was like an Andy Ruiz 2.0. You couldn't even drop, bro, and you were hitting him flush with some stuff, didn't you? And what did the trainer say after the fight? He said that after the second round, he wasn't even really feeling his punches. And if you couldn't put him away,
man,
bro.
But that dude had a head. Man, he had the head, dog.
No, he was taking took that left hook to the.
Yeah, he was terrible. Like, yeah, Jermaine, yeah.
Bro, let's call it. That man is a journeyman, a garbage man. Like,
yeah, he is.
No, we'll do. But no, it was a good night of fight. So.
Sid Smith in that Cash App, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, Sid Smith, for that support, brother. Thank you, man. Go ahead.
And lastly, Andy Cruz.
Man, I don't mind talking to you, Terry. It's a good conversation. I
was
trying to get King on with you.
I don't know, in case anybody else wants to jump on it. Lastly, I did watch Andy Cruz. He's got good movement, good footwork, good angles, and I like how he's working with Bozy because even though I think he needs like an interpreter, he's very receptive. He understands like Bozy. That's a very good trainer for him. I do like it. I see some kind of things that if he is working on the side with Boots, some of the things like in regards to he'll pivot, stay in the pocket. He does a lot of like he's trying to emulate and learn things from them. If you watch that first fight, I'm like, I see certain things. He's trying to get away from that amateurist style, and I that's why I said I like where yeah. Let's see what you did beat, like a person who did. He was a 3-time world title challenger, so he had world title fight experience in a sense. So let's see what level they give him for his second fight.
Yeah, that's his first. I mean, really, that's Andy Cruz's first fight. I mean, for a first fight, I know I think it was Andy Cruz like 27, so he's not ridiculously old, but he's like 27. Dude, Andy Cruz can fight, man. Andy Cruz gonna be. If Andy Cruz could punch, it'd be trouble. But he ain't got the most crack there, dog. But
no. But if you listen, when I was watching that fight, Bozy kept telling him like, "You're boxing well," but he kept telling him, "Sit down on your punches." He kept trying to say him, "He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Sit down on your punches." Like he was just so used to boxing and using his angles because he kept catching them a lot, but he just wasn't sitting down. So if Bozy can work with him on sitting down and landing those punches harder, he's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, and he went straight to 10 rounds. So yeah, dude, no joke, man. Andy Cruz looked like he's gonna be some trouble, dog. I got him beating Devin. Right now, let me do some hating. Hey, he gonna beat him right this second, dog.
This dude, stop.
Like,
even I know I troll, but I know you can come on, Fanon.
For real though, let me tell you, for real. Seriously though.
After we just dispatched Lomachenko.
Oh my God!
We dispatched him in easy fashion, in unanimous fashion. We dismissed him. You are dismissed, Lomachenko. Dismissed. Bye-bye.
Hey, dog. Let me put it this way. Hey, man. He's tucked over there at the zone where there ain't nobody, dog. However, do not lunch on that man. That dude. I'm not lunching on Andy Cruz, dog. Andy Cruz can go, man. Andy Cruz can go. If he can neither one of them punch. So like that's because neither one of them can punch. So what's he gonna do? Like I'm telling
one of them has knockouts on their record. The other one doesn't. So I mean, shoot.
Who has knockouts on their record?
Lord Haney.
I'm talking about this decade.
Oh.
Neither one of them got no knockouts this decade, dog. I ain't trying to hear that, dog.
Oh, wow. Now we're taking it to
no joke moment. Andy Cruz with Shakur, with man, it's just that there ain't nobody over there with the zone. But he got and he needed that money, so they signed him up.
I thought he originally was scheduled to sign with Top Rank out of the amateurs.
I thought he was. He signed. We wound up getting there. I think he was. But he didn't get over to the United States.
Was that because his visa issue, the visa thing with them?
Not visa, no. As in they caught his ass trying to leave. Like he was.
Was he defecting or something?
Yeah, he was defecting, and they caught him. So then they sent his ass back, and so then obviously somebody had to pay enough money to get him up out of there. The second time, and then they eventually got him out of there. So now he's in he's in Philadelphia, and I do like Bozy Ennis. I do like Bozy Ennis as a trainer for him because dude, they trying to get that look. I got to beat you up. You got to beat these dudes up. You know what I mean? You got to be.
He can box with the best of them. I saw yesterday. I'm like the footwork, the angles. He has a lot of intelligence. He's got good defense. Like I see, like he's got the rawness. You just got to insert certain things because he
just needs that experience, man. But I'm telling you, man.
But I mean, Devin already has that already pre-installed. So I mean, he's already leveled. So,
yeah,
I mean,
we'll see.
No, we'll do. But have I'm gonna jump back in the chat. I'm gonna see if somebody else jumps on. But have a good day, Fanon, and everybody else.
Oh, and by the way, don't take anything I'm serious. Joe said, "What the hell?" Look, dude. First of all, what the hell? What? I'm half joking, okay? Don't take what I'm saying very seriously right now. But Andy Cruz is no joke. Don't joke. Andy Cruz is a real fighter, dude. That's real problems. Just so you know. Andy Cruz is definitely problems. Definitely problems. He just got to make the transition into fighting like a professional. If he can get some pop in his punches and he's got a chin, yeah, he's going to beat most of these guys. You're going to see a long you're going to see a long number of wins out of Andy Cruz. You're going to see a significant number of wins out of Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz right now is going to beat Isak Cruz. Like, he's immediately the best Cruz at lightweight. He'll beat Isak Cruz. He'll beat Jermaine. Like, there'll be some good tests where I like to see him against Jermaine Ortiz if he can get a fight with Jermaine Ortiz. You know, some of those guys, some of those guys that fight on top rank cards, get him in there with them, and then, you know, give him 2 or 3 more 10-round fights. He'll probably be ready for a championship shot in, like, I don't know, 5 fights, 5, 6 fights, probably, if they get him in there. And I wouldn't be surprised what it happened. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened I would not be surprised if it happened very quickly. I was surprised they threw him in there with Juan Carlos Burgos that fast and didn't at least give him a 3-rounder. They didn't play with any of that. They're like, nah, we going straight to 10 rounds. So he had to keep his endurance. He had to get his mindset around 10 rounds. Did a 10-round fight. So now that his feet are wet with a contender level fight, the man is a contender. Anyway, so yeah, man. So anyway, y'all hit the link, man. Here's the link, man. I'm gonna spam the chat with the link. Y'all want to rap with me, man, about it. I want to know what you're talking about. What the hell, though, Joe? Because I'm telling you what I believe to be true. That dude, Andy Cruz, can fight. No joke. But back to the Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight, man. I can't wait for this fight. This is going to be a very, very, very good fight. And I think that if anything, Errol right there, something like what King said was a good point, but as always, he got it completely backwards. Where Errol sees that fight and he may very well be like, you know what, man? I don't want to get caught in that scenario, man. I'm about to go get this dude from the beginning of the fight. I'm about to stick this jab in his fight in his dude's face. I'm about to start working this guy's body from the very beginning of this fight. I'm not coming out slow. I'm breaking this dude. I'm going to break this dude down. I'm going to break this dude's will, and I'm going to go with that game plan. Making sure that he's smart enough not to be getting hit with stuff coming in, coming off balance, and all of that stuff. But, you know, I'm happy that I think that was probably good that Errol actually got into the ring, and that he got into, you know, that he was in a stadium in a crowd a couple weeks before the fight. Switching things up, said he got in Vegas a lot earlier. So he's 3 weeks. He change to the training camp, got into Vegas 3 weeks early. So he's completely focused, like doesn't got to make any big shifts, got to make any changes to get in there. I like it. But anyway, for all that Frank Martin stuff, man, look, he didn't look the best. And that was not the best performance out of him, but it was good enough to get the win. And sometimes, you know, you got to take the good with the good, because the mission is get the win. The mission is get the win, and he got the win. And I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to, like, I don't understand what you're going to say bad about him, though. Really. Like, what's there really to say that's bad about what he did? Other than it took him a little bit of time, you know, to get going and really like say, okay, I'm just going to beat this dude up. But he's got the power. He's got the ability to do it. And a lot of other fighters really don't have the ability to do that, you know? Fanon, I'm starting to think stoppage. What are you talking about, Fahim? What do you mean? I'm not getting comments. This is crazy. This is really weird. I'm not getting any comments. I haven't gotten a comment in 3 minutes. I have to switch. He was very annoying. Okay, I'm sorry. Tristan Davis said Stevenson and Davis probably have some good sparring. Oh, I'm sure they do. Mike Herring said, I don't see Crawford lasting 12 rounds. My guy, Kamal Oz in the building. This is really weird. This is not giving me anything. This is really weird. Look, I got to refresh this. I am going to have to refresh this live stream real quick. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Kamal Oz said Shakur struggled with the Namibian cop Nakathila. Man, please don't give me no drama. Oh, Errol stopping Bud. Look, man, if he goes at him, dude, and he can break that dude down and he's careful, I like the plan that he has for the fight. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I definitely like the plan that he has for the fight. I was doing this crap. Oh, jeez. It's doing this crap where it's not giving me the comments, man. It's doing this garbage where it's not giving me the comments. Let me see something. And I think the only thing that I'm seeing is the one that I'm leaving. It is. It's doing this stuff again, man. Kamal Oz was after me. Oh, Jesus. It's doing it. What's going on, Ja?
What's going on? Peace and blessings. I
Peace
don't
and
know what the
blessings to you,
title
man.
was today. I ain't see the title yet, but I just was gonna speak on because I seen the fight last night with Frank Martin. Like, like he did a real good job. I give Frank his credit. He elite. I feel, and I seen Keyshawn Davis talk. He was watching the fight. He hilarious. Keyshawn, he got the ability to sell a fight with his personality, like just as much as Riley could sell a fight. Like Keyshawn's hilarious. But like I want to see that matchup. I feel like Keyshawn don't get the respect that Frank get, and he don't got the same amount of fights, but I feel like he on the same level as Frank. I feel like that's a 50-50 fight right now. But I feel like I just wanted to speak on that. Frank Martin is elite. I feel like that's obvious, but I don't think it's obvious to people how elite Tank is. Like Tank on another level than that type of elite. Like everything that Frank do, like consistency, combinations, all like ring generalship. Feel like Tank got that plus even an added extra. Plus on top of that, like a knockout punch, like a one punch knockout. And I think once they fight, then you're gonna see the difference between that. I don't know. I think he did a good job though. I think people didn't give him the credit because like Derek James, he don't play no games. He probably wanted to stop him, but he was dominating every round. I don't think the fight was close at all. I think the dude was a real good opponent, and he might could beat other uh in that weight class, but I feel like he lost every round. And then I just wanted to speak on how dangerous Derek James is as a coach. Like he know what he's talking about, but his personality make him even more dangerous because he's so calm. So it's just like you got he's calm and he's competitive at the same time. So he wanna win and he's always level headed. Like that's extremely dangerous. That's it. Cause he never gonna oh my God. That's just all I wanted to speak on. Like Derek James he's a dangerous coach. Like I'd be
All right,
scared
man.
by him.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, he did an excellent job, man. He won that fight. He got paid. He did his job. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Ja. Yeah, man. Derrick James most definitely paid. He definitely paid, got his money, man. He earned his pay. I have to stay. It's going to be hard for me to read some of these comments, man, because they're not coming through on my end. All of a sudden, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to probably just give me 1 second, man. I'm going to come in and come out. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hopefully this will work. I got to get this thing to start showing my chats, man. Keyshawn doesn't get the respect because he's always clowning. Keyshawn Davis gets a lot of respect from me. Okay, that moved. All right, that one moved. All right, cool. So now I can see it is moving. Keyshawn doesn't get the respect because he's a sucker. All he does is make excuses and say weird things. I mean, he's kind of an awkward dude, but I like Keyshawn Davis, man. Keyshawn Davis is over there, top rank, ain't fighting nobody. So it is what it is, man. How did you have it, Fanon, with Frank Martin? I had it a draw at best. Honestly, man, I didn't score the fight, so I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you how I had it. I thought Frank won the fight, though. I thought, just the general feel of it. I thought, Timothy Stoudemire, he didn't lose that fight, man. He won that fight, man. You had it for art, man? Hell no. Hell no. No chance. No way. Dude, that got no. Man, that's what I'm telling you. I don't like that. I got problems with that. I got real big problems with that, with the way they called that fight, man. Tim, he said they began even, then every session, Key got better and better. Fun fact indeed. Oh, look, man, I don't have a problem with Keyshawn Davis. I like Keyshawn Davis. I think people just do too much. I mean, he's kind of a goofy. You know what I mean? A little bit goofy. But it is what it is, man. Braveheart said that was a close fight. Frank was catching a lot of shots, but he took some nice body shots. Frank hurt him twice, dropped him, besides winning the 10th and 11th and 12th. Yeah, I thought he won, man. He said, so how did you feel? How do you feel about the commentator? The commentary? Casuals are persuaded by the commentary. I thought the commentator was I thought the commentary was ridiculously biased in favor of Artem. I thought they were celebrating everything the guy did for whole rounds at a time. They were celebrating them. They were so busy celebrating them that they weren't noticing the punches that he was landing on them. And honestly, man, the way that Abner Mares calls it, literally, you could see Frank Martin could clock him with a hook and be like, oh, I love the way he took that hook. Oh, good job, Artem. Like, oh, man, Frank Martin just ran off a 3-punch combination on him. Ooh, I love how Artem took those punches and kept coming. Oh, yeah, good. Give those, scoring for him. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. So what, Ghost? It doesn't matter. That doesn't count. In the 11th, Derrick James said Frank needs a knockout to win. So what? He's inspiring the guy. He didn't need a knockout to win. Derrick James is not the one. Derrick James is not the one scoring the fight. He's like, man, do you want to look pretty or do you want to win? You better go get this, dude. That's what he's supposed to say. Exactly. They celebrated him taking a knee in the 12th, dog. I was like, what? Like, it was so intelligent of him. Oh, God, man, it was brilliant move. Give him the round. Brilliant move. Give him the round. Man, I swear. I thought it was just me who got sick from the show. Oh, they're terrible. No, they're terrible. Most commentators are bad, though, honestly. Because the commentators are not just, if you listen to the commentary that used to take place, like the old school commentary, where they would actually tell you what punches were landing, right? That, hey, what's going on, man, Samusa? Hey, what's going on, Thomas Hill? How you feeling, man?
Hey, good morning to you, Martin. Good morning to the chat. Just want to touch on a couple of things. First and foremost, man, Andy Cruz looked really good. He punches. He places his punches very well. He goes from high to low or low to high extremely well. And the only thing, like you said, he doesn't do very well is sit down on his punches yet. But he's with an excellent trainer, and I mean, a trainer that can give him in-game. I mean, not in-game, but in-fight instructions to make a difference. And he received it well, too. He followed the instructions, and, I mean, he pretty much put an exhibition out there. I thought that Baumgartner looked fantastic, but only at, like, spurts. She, like, does everything really, really well, but she gets tired very often. Like, I noticed that, like, she gasses, and it's only 2-minute rounds. And then, like, she leaves herself open. She doesn't throw, but when she does throw, man, she puts that oomph on them punches. Also, Frank Martin, to my eye, I saw him win that fight. I didn't think it was even debatable. I saw him catch mostly every shot the guy was throwing. He did get hit in the body a lot, and I think you're spot on with the comparison to Loma. I thought that Loma pretty much did with Devin Haney what Frank Martin did with that dude that he fought last night. He was a tough guy. He was a durable guy, but the only thing that really was working for him was the body. And then last but not least, my man Tank is free. And it's time for some people to pay the piper. So I'm hoping he run that contract ASAP like Rocky so we can get it going. Devin got some explaining to do.
Devin's going to 140, bro. Devin will be at 140, bro.
That's not gonna be a good look, man. It's not gonna be a good look.
You can already hear the Haneyeites already saying that. Well, you know, he needs to move up to 140 to fight him.
Yeah.
He really needs to move up. Devin need to fight him at 140. He need to move up to 140 to fight him.
See, you know what, man? Honestly, given the way he looked, though, the second fight against Kambosos, and then the fact that they didn't show the weigh-in the next time, he probably should go to 140. I just don't like the way his pops and him been running their mouth about certain things, and then this 140 not gonna be kind to him either. So I mean, have fun up there as well too. But I really wish Tank would just say, "F it, I'm gonna meet you at any way you beat that tail," because that's what I want to see. That's really what I want to see. I think that's the perfect way to end the year. It's been a spectacular year for Boston, a very good year. So
no joke, yeah, it has been.
Always a pleasure, my man. And I
always, Mr. Hill. Always. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming by again, man.
Yeah, definitely. And have a blessed day, man. Oh, how's your son doing, man? Is he doing well in the basketball still?
Yeah, he's doing well, man. He gets, you know, his team won like 2 out of 3 games last time. So, you know, he's playing well and all of that. Just, you know.
And he's seeing the benefits of the training though, correct?
Yeah, most definitely, man. His hops are better, his game's a lot better, everything. Yeah, he's definitely putting the work in, man, and getting better. No doubt.
One last thing. I also got in contact. Sir. I also got in contact with my boy Nathir, and he said that he's working on getting everything set up. So hopefully I can get it in, and that way I could give them, you know, so that they can set things up for you regarding.
Say that again. I don't understand. I don't understand what you said.
Oh, it's regarding Abdullah.
Regarding what?
Abdullah Mason.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You were just mumbling, but okay, cool. Let me know, man. That's what's up.
That's probably my connection, man. But anyway, yeah, you have a wonderful day. Get ready, get yourself together. Blessings to you and your family, and blessings to everybody in the chat and their family. One love.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Get back with you, Mr. Hill.
All right, man.
All right. Daniel Galmore said, for Thomas Hill, who's always showing everybody love. Yeah, he is. Rick Timms, Sharika Jackson and Sha'Carri Richardson is about to go down in the 100-meter showdown. That's kind of like Bud and Errol of track. Oh, yeah, for sure. What time is it on? I'm like, what time is it on? I need to get back into track and field, man. Yeah, Sha'Carri, Sha'Carri Richardson. She's an interesting character. For sure, she's an interesting character. Hey, man, thank you for that support, Daniel Gallimore. Thank you, man. It definitely means a lot on this Sunday morning. Let's do this. Hey, Fanon, if Haney goes, 1 to 40, he's food for. I don't know if he's food or not, LeVar. I don't care where he goes. I just want to see Gervonta Davis fight. I don't care who fights who. Honestly, at 135, I don't care. No joke, I don't care because there's a bunch of crybabies there. There's more crime, man. There's so many crybabies at 135, man. So much, whatever about it. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, man, I wouldn't mind if Devin just went to 130, 140. You know what I mean? Just go to 140. Do what you got to do at 140. Get rid of that super belt so we can see if the people can bring that stuff around. Get rid of the super belt at 135, which they will probably do. And then we can see what's happening. Sha'Carri won. Okay, yeah, I didn't get to see it. Yeah, I didn't get to see it. Yeah, she can go, man. She's not really a 200-meter runner, but she can run that 100. Devin needs to give up the belts if he's not going to defend them. Look, he got to worry about whether or not he's going to go to jail. Okay? He got to worry about whether or not he's about to go to jail. Fanon, do you think Frank Martin is ready for Tank, Devin, Shakur? Yeah, absolutely. I think he's ready for all of them. I think he's ready for all of them. Yes. Without a doubt. I say yes. I say yes to all of them. Yes, he's ready for all of them. I don't see why he wouldn't be. Just because he didn't, some people think he lost a fight doesn't mean that he's not ready. That doesn't mean that he's not ready. You know, I think he's ready. Yeah. Was he like he just had a tough? He showed that he could come. If anything, he showed he could go by. Stop it. He's not about to go to jail. How you know, Incel? I said he need to worry about it. He got a felony charge on him. Incel, I don't know whether he's going to be there or not. Wow, she ran a 10.76. Wow. Isn't he facing a felony charge? Am I missing something, or didn't he get charged with a felony possession of a concealed weapon? Did I miss that? Incel, serious question. Did I miss that? Didn't he get charged with a felony possession of a concealed weapon? Why wouldn't you worry about going to jail if you get charged with a felony possession of a concealed weapon? Rick Timms, when it gets dismissed, you don't have to worry about it. You don't worry about it when it gets dismissed. That's when you don't worry about it. When it gets dismissed. Sean Jones, I heard Fanon ran a 46-400 in college. You heard I ran a 46 split? Yeah, in college I ran a 46 split. I wouldn't run a 46 open, but yeah, I ran a 46 split. A split. You know the difference between a 46 open and a 46 split? A good amount, homie. A good amount. A split. What's going on, SO 504?
What's up, baby? If I ain't gonna keep you this time, I got a question though. I posed a question in the chat. I don't know if people paid attention to it, but I want to know everybody's thoughts real quick. If you could compose your dream commentary team, who would it be? Who would it be and why? I'm asking you why for now right now. Everybody can't see it in the chat, but I just want to know. I say the Lady Manuel Stewart, Lennox Lewis, and Andre Ward. I think they'll call it a great fight.
Okay. Me, Don Dumphy.
That's a good one.
Don
That's
Dumphy.
a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Damn, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Dumphy.
That's
Who I
bad.
would have.
Yeah.
Don Dumphy and
three. You gotta be three. You gotta give me
Don
three.
Dumphy.
And who would match with him?
Hold on. I would only have two. I'd have Don Dumphy. I would have
I didn't too much care for HBOs back in the day, but they used to be interesting.
Let me think. Give me a second. Don Dumphy, Nate Campbell,
okay.
And
that's a good one.
Maybe Howard Cosell.
Howard Cosell?
Yeah, because I honestly, man, like, because you gotta have a guy. If the guy is gonna be you know what? No, I would move Brian Custer out of that booth and send him ringside.
Boy, okay, well, let me do mine over.
So let me say my three again.
Okay.
Brian Custer.
I would take Brian Custer.
Nate Campbell, because he's funny and he's honest. And Don Dumphy, because Don Dumphy could just be like, he's just going to say what punches are landed. He ain't going to be telling you he's not going to do all that garbage about what punches he needs to throw and all of that. He's just going to be like, left hook, right hook, jab, right hook, left hook, jab.
Right.
He's just gonna do that.
That's back in the day when color commentary was color commentary. Like they tell you exactly what's going on.
Just what's happening, brother. That's
just
it.
So
what punches are landing.
I like Brian Custer. I still like Brian Custer, Lennox Lewis, and Andre Ward. That's my final three. But let me get back to the chat because I want to see what everybody else wants to see.
Okay, that's fair enough.
All right, brother.
Peace. And that's New Orleans by way of New Jersey, though. All right, man. Yes, sir. Man, hell no. Max Kellerman can get the fuck out of my face, bro. Nah, dog. Give me Nate Campbell because Nate Campbell's funny. Nate Campbell is funny, dog. I take Nate Campbell in a second. I may even take, if not him, Kelly. Kevin Kelly. I like Kevin Kelly. I like Nate. I like Nate. I like Nate Jones. I like Kevin Kelly. Those guys are pretty much, they're a lot more straight. They're a little, they're not, God, dog, I can't, I'm sorry. No, ain't no joke. You need to put a black dude on your commentary. Not Tim Bradley, though. God, dog, Tim Bradley. Whoa, not Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley, I wouldn't mind being in like in like, they need to keep those dudes like in the speaking in between the rounds. Andre Ward, yeah, I'll take Andre Ward. Marv Albert, oh yeah, Marv Albert, definitely not Max Kellerman. Paulie was not that bad. Midnight Boxing says super chat. You did your super chat? Thank you, man. Fanon, can you go live for Fury and Gono? Probably not. I refuse to support that fight. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. Most likely not. I have to tell you. Because I don't really care about that fight. What is there about that fight? I already know the outcome of that fight. I already know the outcome of the fight. I already know the outcome of it. So there's really no need. Oh man, God dog, bro. Come on, man. I keep telling this dude not to do that. Don't give it away. Whatever. Fanon, the men's Wimbledon final is on right now, too. 1-2. I don't watch men's tennis. I don't watch men's tennis. I'm not about to spend all day watching them dudes. I don't really like men's tennis like that. Before too long, I'll get back into it, but you know what it is. I'm happy to see Ngannou get paid. I could care less about Ngannou getting paid. Like, he doesn't deserve the fight, so I'm not excited about a guy getting a fight that he doesn't deserve on some gimmick stuff. That's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. This man has never had a professional fight in his life, and he's fighting for the WBC World Championship, and he's never had a boxing match in his life. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely positively ridiculous that man is getting that shot. Absolutely positively ridiculous. So for me, I can't deal with it. Oh yeah. Hey, Thomas Hill said wrench for D Free and Jarrell Hadid. Oh yeah, no worries, man. Much love. Hey, thank you, Thomas Hill. Thank you for everybody that supports today too. Thank you. For sure. I thought D Free was already good. When I see it, I can. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. Why does somebody delete this comment? Drop the belt so that everyone has to fight for the. Yeah, I agree 100%. Why was that comment taken away? What's going on, Ashley's Corner? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Let me go to your channel. Let me go to Jarrell Hadid. Oh, yeah. That's dude. Okay, yeah, that's dude. Yeah, no doubt. He's a very good commentator. Good supporter. Good supporter. Midnight Boxing is the king of the super chat today. That's amazing. Man, Midnight Boxing, bro. I can't lie. You holding down the chat today. Damn, King. King is holding down the chat today. No joke. Best year in boxing 2023. Best show in boxing 2023 for non-international. I appreciate you, brother. You working for that wrench. It's not going to happen, but you working for that wrench. I got you, brother. Hey, no joke. Midnight Boxing, thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for holding down the chat today. Really and truly. Thank you for holding down the chat today. It means a lot. Thank you. That is definitely important. Fury is on his way out the door. If he can cash in with his next fight, I think he's done. I mean, look, dude, he's just a waste of time, man. I don't want to watch that fight. Like, I'm not. Who gets away with that, man? You know what I mean? Like what's next, man? What's next? Canelo gonna fight Jake Paul? Like, we already got rid of Jake Paul, man. Paul RuPaul. Nah, man, he's holding down the chat, bro. I ain't gonna lie. King doing his thing today. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Floyd got away with what, man? Floyd didn't get away with anything. That was not for a belt. Floyd did not fight Conor McGregor for a belt. Floyd had not fought in like 2 years after Andre Berto. He came in and he had a fight. He came out of retirement, had one fight against an MMA guy to get to 50-0. Now, I thought that's why I don't really think Bud. I really don't even think that the dude really is undefeated. I mean, I don't really think he is 50-0. I think he's 49-0, really. For me, I think that man is 49-0. Any real fair deal. I mean, I guess he could have fought somebody like, he could have, maybe if you say, okay, he basically put a fight that should have been at the beginning of his career, like when he was 0-1, on to the end of his career so he can just amp it up a little bit. Okay, if you take that mentality, okay, he's 50-0. But, it's not something really where I got the most respect for. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I'm all right. I'm a 100% all right on that Conor McGregor fight. I mean, as a retirement fight for now, the belt being on the line is BS. Okay, okay, that's fair, Terrell. No joke. That Andre Berto fight was a gimme, though. I mean, Andre Berto is a former world champion. He's a legitimate fight, though. Andre Berto was a way to get Andre Berto paid. He got Andre Berto that retirement money. I like that Andre Berto fight for Floyd because Andre Berto got that retirement money. He got to sit pretty. Oh, boxing matches with D Free is him. All right, thank you, Thomas Mill. I got you, brother. For sure. Hey, thank you, man, for that support, man. And SO504 said, just for support, appreciate you, man. It means a lot. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you. Let me my man said boxing matches with D Free. D Free, that's the winning team, DC. I'm looking for, hey man, D Free, can you put a comment at the end of the comment section, please? Because I'm looking for it, but there is no belt on the line with Floyd retirement fight with McGregor. He did not hold up anything, belts from young and up-and-coming guys with just a retirement. No, he didn't. He did not. He didn't do that. You're 100% right, Zenith. Yeah, one last gift. Yeah, man, Floyd looked out for that brother, man. I ain't gonna lie. I like that. I like that for Andre Berto. Andre Berto. Hey, my guy, what's going on, man? T Marquise in the building. Some support. Hit that A. Hit that button. What is that? Hit that like button. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. I got you, Terrell W. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Much love to everybody. Thank y'all, man, for that. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have a problem with I don't really have a problem with the Andre Berto fight. I wasn't a big fan of the Conor McGregor fight, but even then, I don't really have a problem with it because it didn't hold up any belts. And, you know, it was a gimme fight for him, but as far as 50-0, he just moved a gimme fight from the beginning of his career to the end, you know? And Floyd deserved it, man. Floyd deserved that payday, man. I got to tell you something, man. Floyd, hey, thank you, Undercard Boxing. I thank you, Midnight Boxing. Appreciate you, brother. Save some more support. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. All day I do. Thank you. Thanks for holding down the chat today, King. That does mean a lot. No joke. But look, man, somebody want to debate with me about something. Hit this link. But nobody really does. We never really get the smoke. This is now, I think I've been trying to do it for a year. What's up with Frequent Flyer? I'm not talking about Devin Haney. So Frequent Flyer is it's Sunday afternoon. He may be off somewhere doing something else. Thomas Hill said right above the super chat. Right above which right above which super chat? As soon as I still don't. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, I got you. All right, I see it now. Yes, sir. All right, you wrenched up, man. Definitely wrenched up. Got you, man. What's going on, Chris Trucker? In the building. What's going on, Chris Trucker? Javante. He said, hey, when it comes to this boxing, we some crackheads, all of us. Yeah, you know what it is. I can't even watch. I'm not watching nobody's. I should get back to watching tennis, though. Hey, just activating my mandatory for 9. Hey, activate it. Here you go, freaking flyer. Come on, man. Holla at me, man. Tell me how Devin ain't a duck. Devin Haney is ducking. Devin Haney is ducking Andy Cruz. Devin Haney is ducking Andy Cruz, bro. Devin Haney is ducking Andy Cruz, man. That's my new statement. Devin Haney is ducking Andy Cruz, man. He don't want the smoke from Andy Cruz. Man, that dog, I ain't gonna lie, that lightweight division is something deep. I don't understand why y'all think all this. Well, let's just throw out Frank Martin, though. Frank like he really lost or something. For now, what's up with Tank and T.O.? You know, they said Devin and Tank in negotiations right now. They said who's in Devin and who's in negotiations right now? Devin and Tank. Who is they? I wouldn't be surprised if man, let me tell you something, dog. Tank, you better not go to nobody's 140 pounds for that. Okay? You don't, man, don't let the yeah, man, bump that. Squeeze that grape. Squeeze that grape. Don't go up there. Hey, say, you got it, fam. How you been? Oh, that's not for me. Yeah. What Sky Miller just said, what's that? What did Sky Miller just say? Hit that like and support this great channel. Yes. Do it, Roger. Do it. Do that. Yes, sir. Do that. It's not public, so there will be no interference, but they definitely want it. Him or Tiafimo definitely next, bro. Let me tell you something, dog. Devin is negotiating with everybody. And everybody in boxing is negotiating with Devin Haney, man. They gonna make him drop that belt though. Remember this, Bob Arum gonna be like, look, dog, slap that Mando on him. Slap the Mando on him. Slap the mandatory on him. Wonder Twins, activate the mandatory. That's what Devin need to do. Activate his mandatory. Man, I hate that saying with all my heart, bro. Devin is literally in negotiations with every single solitary person in the division. At 140 and 135, bro. Devin just beat shit. Let's see, bro. Let's see. Let's see if he's willing to come over there to the PBC, dog, and do that. Hey, by the way, I gotta tell you though, the matchmaking, somebody said this earlier, the matchmaking at the PBC does suck. Their matchmaking is like, they just pull people out of who knows where. Like, where do they find these people from? Where they find up these matches where you literally it's like they gotta figure it out why they're in there. You know what I mean? You gotta find out what they're gonna do when they get in the ring. Like, because they got 12 fights, ain't nobody seen them fight before. And you're like, okay, well, what is this guy gonna do? We don't know. We're gonna see him when he gets in the ring. Like, and then you gotta figure it out. I'm telling you, I think that's gonna work to that man's best interest. That's what I think. That's what I think. Yuck. Not that bad. Hold on one second. Sorry. Ugh. Alrighty. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Mike Kirkland in the building. What's up, Mike? Big Mike in the building. Said, hey, I think Devin wants Tio because Bill Haney thinks he can win that one. Oh, I think that's fool's gold up there for him, Tio. I think Teofimo Lopez might be fool's gold. Teofimo Lopez is a better fighter than people think he is. Something is funny about Teofimo Lopez. Something is funny. Something is funny about Teofimo Lopez, man. I think he's a better fighter than I think he is. Like, Teofimo Lopez is one of these fighters that consistently does better than I think he will. But then with the exception of that one fight where he absolutely stunk up the gym, but I didn't even get to see that entire Sandor Martin fight. Hey, well, thank you. Hey, thank you, brother. Freaking Flyer. What's up? What's good, Freaking Flyer?
What's up, Fanar? It's raining cats and dogs out here in Philly. I can't even fly no drones, so I'm activating my mandatory.
Well, here, I didn't duck my Mando. What's up, man?
Man, I think Devin Haney might as well just move up to 140 because, Shakur officially ducked now by petitioning the WBC and asking for 50% purse split and all of that when he know that Loma already petitioned to become the #1 ranked in the WBC in order for him to get his rematch with Devin Haney. And so Shakur knew he wasn't going to get that. The WBC not going to grant him the fight over Lomachenko, their darling. So he knew that wasn't going to happen. And so he made outrageous claims and all that, talking about he won 50% and did it with the WBC instead of going with the WBO or somebody that he's ranked #1 at. And so it's a duck. Got to call it a duck, Fanon. A duck is a duck.
Amen.
The same logic y'all use, man, for help. Y'all said Devin Haney asking for 25% purse split for him was a duck. So they're asking for 50% with the WBC of all sanctioning bodies. The WBC, where they dropped you down to number 2. He knew he wasn't going to get that, so that's a duck, I guess, according to y'all logic.
All right, man.
All right, that's all then.
Let me. Oh, I was going to respond to that.
Okay.
That is literally the most ridiculous shit I have heard in a long time.
Because it's the other way around, right?
No, because it is ridiculous. Because it's just ridiculous. It's because it's just ridiculous. You're calling a man a duck because he petitioned to fight somebody.
No, he made a petition that he knew wasn't going to be able to happen.
He doesn't
for something
know
that he knew it. And I didn't even mention that he used the highest one that he could possibly get. That they said it had to be some crazy circumstances for it to happen. So he chose that one, the unrealistic one.
Excuse me. I got to put you on mute for just a second because we got to walk through this ridiculousness.
I'm gonna be quiet. You don't got to put me on mute. I'm listening.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, Shakur Stevenson petitioned to become the mandatory for Shakur Stevenson for Devin Haney. That is asking the WBC to make the fight. So he is he's trying to make the fight. Number 2, the WBC already said that Devin Haney, that Shakur Stevenson, that they would order that fight. Lomachenko only petitioned to be number 1, to remain number 1. Petitioned to remain number 1, and they let him remain number 1.
So he can get the fight, right?
Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
It is up to the WBC to decide whether or not they are going to order the fight with him and Shakur. But he officially asked for them to do so. So he is asking somebody to make a fight. As far as the purse split portion of it, those are 2 separate things. One is that they would order the fight. They don't actually make their decision about what the purse split would be if you go to a purse bid until they actually order the purse bid, which would be 30 days later. If you read the petition that when the note that was sent from Devin Haney's team, from Shakur Stevenson's team to the WBC, they said, we understand that you do this later, but just so you know, when you consider this later, we believe that this fits the rule that you have. The WBC has a rule. Could be 50, could be 55, could be 65. What is this? 60-40, could be 55-45. In exceptional circumstances, it could be 100. It could be 50-50. So they're saying we just believe that it's 50-50. But they could tell them yes to the fight and order the fight, but still tell them no to the purse bid. They're 2 different things. No to the purse split. They could tell yes, we're going to order this fight, but no, the fight's going to be 75-25. Or they could say it's going to be 60-40, or it's 65-35, or it's 50-50. That's after they decide whether or not they're going to actually order the fight. Let me do a couple things because I know you're going to say the same thing you already said again. But let me hit this dude. Let me get this chat real quick. Valentine in the building. Thank you very much for that support. Said Frank Martin is the eye collector. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me back up. Mike Kirkland said, I think Devin wants T.O. because Bill thinks he can win that one. And my guy Valentine in the building said Frank Martin is the eye collector number 2. Yes, sir. So now please repeat the same thing that you said again, as if you didn't listen to a word I said.
No, Devin Haney trying to get that 25%, 25-75 split. You know, y'all was saying that that's him ducking, and that wasn't, a good split for him. when even Frank Martin said he would have took that. He said he should have took that. You about to put me on mute, ain't you? Sorry, you jumped up.
Upper echelon wants to dip in for a second.
Hey, Frequent Fly, I got one thing to say to you, my brother. Peace and blessings first off, but
what's good, man?
the only reason Lomachenko petitioned to be number one in all the sanctioning bodies. Shakur could still get mandated to have the mandatory fight. 1 through 3 can get it. Loma just wanted to be number one in all the sanctioning bodies, so in case Devin vacates, then he gets first dibs at all the belts. That's why Loma did that. Notice how Loma got ranked and been positioned in all the sanctioning bodies, and he ain't said nothing else since then. He ain't been trying to pursue a rematch or nothing. He's just sitting there comfortably waiting for them belts to get vacated.
Yeah, because he probably looked back at that fight and saw he really lost.
Now, people ain't even realizing what he did. And then he got Shakur to help him by saying Loma really won the fight, so they jumped him over him. So Loma, he basically got first dibs to all the belts except for the WBA. And that's the way they want it. And they're gonna try to do a quick grab for the belts, but they're not gonna be able to snatch up all them belts though. But that's
you talking in case that Devin Haney drops him, right?
Exactly. That's the big picture that people ain't been looking at. That's why Lomachenko ain't been hollering about no rematch or nothing lately.
So you don't think he really wanted the rematch? He just wanted to
wanted to get
ranked.
positioned to be number one. Okay, you lost, and he was fighting for WBC. Why are you trying to get ranked number one in all the sanctioning bodies? Just get ranked back in the one that you lost in. He's trying to be petitioned number one in every single sanctioning body, and people are such sheep. They don't realize what he's doing. Like, they don't realize, why does he have to be sanctioned number one in all these bodies right here? Why he just don't go back to the one that he was in? So bodies that he was ranked 5th and 4th in, they jumped him up to number one. Like, he wasn't even at the number one spot. They jumped him over people, put him at number one in all these sanctioning bodies. So now, if Devin is to vacate, then Lomachenko gets first shot at all these titles. When he wasn't even number one in all the divisions. He was number one in one division.
But you know what? It ain't gonna work how he wanted, because Loma and his team made it clear that they don't even want to fight Shakur Stevenson, and that would be the fight that would need to be ordered if Devin Haney dropped the belts, right? He would have to face him to get some of those belts.
Just like Luke Campbell and Devin Haney was supposed to be ordered for Mikey Garcia's belt, right? You see, Lomachenko ended up fighting Luke Campbell and not Devin, and then they went all the way across the street, didn't have to fight Devin at all.
Yeah, they hopped over. That's because of his favor with the WBC, right? They let Loma do anything out here, man.
Yeah, but that counteracts what you just said. You said he won't be able to do it because he'd be ordered to fight Shakur. And I just gave you an example of what happened with the WBC and Devin already. You understand what I'm saying?
So you saying they could do Shakur dirty and let Loma get a shot at the belts and not him?
You got to realize Lomachenko is the Project Zizuka's son. This man is better than Ali. So
yeah.
Loma's gonna get the shot over anybody. And if they see a way to get an avenue for Loma, they're gonna take it. Shakur is just they little guy that they got on the side, because Bob Arum told Shakur back at 130 he thinks it's foolish for Shakur to try to get undisputed. He said, nah, ain't no use you getting all them belts right there. Just sanctioning fees, because he didn't even want to fight Valdez. But he sure did want him Lomachenko to get undisputed. But I told Fernando I had one thing to say, so man, I'm gonna step back out of here, man. Peace and blessings to y'all. But
all right, y'all. And I got 2 guys behind you, so I'm gonna have to let both of y'all jump real quick. All right, Frank Flyer. I got 2 guys behind you.
All right, salute for that.
All right, bro. Good to talk with you as usual, brother. All right, man. One body in Yahweh. What's going on, man?
Oh man, how you doing, brother?
Man, I can't complain about a thing, man. What's up with you, sir?
Oh man, just been grinding, living life,
yeah,
as adventurous as possible. You know what I mean? But I was calling because I hear a lot of Shakur and this and that, but what do you think Tank falls in this in line in this whole undisputed thing? Do you think he even wants the belts? I mean, I know he expressed before that he don't even care about the belts, because all the sanctioning fees and all that, and he's about that money because he got money made back in the. But at this juncture in his career, what do you think that he fits in the puzzle?
I just think I think Tank's the prize.
Yeah, right, right. And so I mean, like them belts don't mean nothing. Like really, to me, honestly, I mean, I like watching the best fighter, and to me, the best fighter in that division, to me, is Tank. The most exciting, the most complete fighter. I think he stops Loma and Devin, and I still think Loma won that fight. But yeah, I just want to know where you thought. First of all, I just want to call and say what's up to everybody. I haven't been here in a minute. I haven't talked to any, been in the chat. But yeah, well, I just want to know what's your opinion on that.
Oh man, I just think that all these guys, that Tank can do whatever Tank is going to do. I mean, the belts are the belts. The belts are really over there with Top Rank. So for me, I think a lot of the conversations about the belts really is around Top Rank and Bob Arum. And I think that those belts are going to wind up being, with the exception of the WBA, being fought for by Top Rank fighters. And as far as Devin, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. But I don't, and honestly, man, I just wish he would say what he's going to do so I would know and we could just call it a day.
Right.
I don't think he's going to fight Shakur. I don't think he's going to fight. I think he's going to move up and wait. Because he honestly, man, he doesn't look like, he really doesn't belong in a weight class. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's me on it though.
But now, how do you think he fares at 140? Because I mean, if little baby Lomachenko can give him hell, I mean, a bigger puncher, let's say Regis Prograis or Josh Taylor. I mean, like, what? Like, do you think that he really wants to go to 140? I mean, I know his body is made for that. Maybe even beyond that. But I mean, what I saw against Lomachenko, it's like, oh man, that's a scary thing if Regis Prograis catches you a few times,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you just have to see. I think eventually his lack of power is probably going to come and bite him. I think, but
right.
I don't know, man, because Devin's a very good fighter, man. I'm not just going like the only person that I'd say like two people. I think one at 135. I think he's probably going to go to sleep against Gervonta.
Yep.
Like he's not going to be able to fight Gervonta like that. He's probably going to get knocked out.
100.
Shakur Stevenson, I got Shakur Stevenson beating him, but Teofimo Lopez, I don't know. And Regis Prograis, I may at this point, I may favor Devin over Regis Prograis, but I just don't know. It depends on what he's going to look like at 140. But I know he's a good fighter. I know that Devin's not anybody that I think is just I'm just going to dismiss as somebody that is just waiting for, like, if he goes to 147, he's food at 147. That's what I think about 147. But other than guys that are like really top-notch guys, like Shakur and Gervonta for me are both well up there in the top 10 of my top best 10 best of my 10 best fighters in boxing.
Yes, definitely. 100%. I agree.
Yeah. Hey, I got two guys right behind you. Then I'm gonna probably roll off after too long.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll holler at you.
Hey man, thanks again, man. Good to see you again, One Body and Yahweh.
Yeah, shalom, brother.
I guess, sir. All right, man. What's going on, Crown Jewel Boxing?
How you doing, Fanon? I'm finally on. I've been watching you for a while. I like your insight. But I want to respond to the two guys that was on before the last gentleman. One said it made no sense for Lomachenko to petition to be number one with all three sanctioning bodies because he didn't want the rematch with Devin. And he thought that move said he didn't want the rematch with Devin. I think the opposite. If he thought Devin was going to vacate the belts, he would just sit pat, be WBC's number one, and fight whoever they ordered him to fight. But the reason why he would petition to be number one, all three belts, is because he wants the rematch. Because if Devin has 3 belts or 4 belts and he has other mandatories, he can duck the WBC mandatory by fighting one of his other mandatories, being as though he just fought Lomachenko. So it makes all the sense in the world for him to petition to be number one in all 4 belts if he wants to rematch with Devin Haney. He kind of backs him into a corner where he can't get away from him. Then the 75-25 split where he said that was a good split for Shakur, and he used Frank Martin as an example, saying Frank Martin would have took it. I think that's a horrible example because Frank Martin is not Shakur. He is not a 2-time, 2-weight world champion. He is not a former unified world champion, and he's coming off a horrible performance last night. So to say Shakur should have took a deal because Frank Martin said it's a good deal and he would have took it is preposterous.
I mean, yeah, Shakur and Frank Martin are not in the same situation, and I agree with that first point. If he's number one in all of sanctioning bodies, then no matter what happens, he's going to get a shot at a belt.
Yeah,
that's just
you're right.
Regardless of what. If he's number one in every sanctioning body, you know he's going to get a shot at any one of those belts, no matter what anybody does.
You're right.
And
You're right.
he's in position to force Devin specifically to fight him if he stays at 135 in any mandatories ordered, except for the WBC where they had already said that they were going to do Shakur. They were there
right.
with, you know. But yeah, man, no doubt.
I agree with you. I'm not gonna hold you, but I agree with you also on the Tank thing. I think Tank beats them all. I'm from Jersey, so I rock with Shakur. But I think I'm realistic. We got to see what happens when Tank hits Shakur, just like everybody else. So I'm excited that Tank's back. But yeah, a lot of these guys come on and they make comments that don't really make a whole lot of sense. And I just think Tank's the guy. Shakur's number 2. And I think Devin is not only food at 147, but I think he's food at 142. I think if he can't hurt guys at 135, the guys at 140 right now are bangers. And he only wants Regis Prograis because Prograis had a horrible performance in his last fight. All of a sudden he calls out Regis right after Regis looks like he's fell off. But I don't see him beating any of the top 5 guys at 140. And I think that's why you're having a tough time getting a decision from Devin, and he's trying to cash out because I think his people know it's midnight. They got to cash out now because he ain't beating Shakur, he ain't beating Tank, and it don't look good for him up at 140 because he doesn't have the power to go up there and compete. So I think Devin's between a rock and a hard place right now. But I do agree with you. He's an exceptional fighter. He just came along at a time where there's even more exceptional fighters than himself right now.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Hey, come back again, Crown Jewel Boxing.
No doubt. Y'all check me out on Crown Jewel Boxing TV. I appreciate the support.
All right, man. Holler back at you. Leslie Jackson, what's good? What's good? What's good?
No, what's going on with you, Fernand?
Man, nothing much. Just talking this boxing on soon to be Sunday afternoon. I'm good. What's up?
No, I just wanted to speak on Shakur and Devin right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's saying that Shakur is ducking because he asked for more than 25%. How is requesting a higher percentage a duck when this is not even the first time he's done it? He did it with the WBO with Jamel Herring. They weren't saying he was ducking Jamel Herring. So how is it now that when he did it with Devin Haney with the WBC, now all of a sudden he's ducking Devin Haney? And then everybody's saying Devin needs to move up. Devin needs to move up. No, Devin needs to fight his mandatory. He can make the weight. Same way when Jamal Charlo fought J-Rock, he was in the sauna for at least over an hour. He said he didn't sweat a drop. That's when you need to move up in weight. That's not the scenario that Devin Haney is in. If you can make the weight, you need to fight your mandatory. Everybody, what about Tank? He wants to fight Tank. Tank just got out of jail. You need to leave Tank alone. Fight your mandatory. After you fight your mandatory, get your name bigger. Then you'll get a higher percentage with Tank, possibly. Tank already told you to fight Shakur after you fought Loma, so you can get your performances up, so you can make more money. So I don't understand how we get into, Shakur is ducking, Shakur is ducking.
I have no idea how somebody that asks for a fight, petitions for a fight, is ducking the fight he's petitioning to get. I have no idea how that works. And I don't know why in the world somebody's ducking if they ask for money that they think is fair. Right? But the guy that's offering money that you know is less than what he would get. Because I just would like to clarify for freaking Flyer again. The mandatory purse split for the WBC is 70-30, not 75-25. That's
right.
The WBC's is 70-30, not 75-25. 75-25 is literally the least amount of money that you could possibly offer to do it. But anyway, yeah, I'm with you, man. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's all I had to say. I just don't understand how everybody's making a pass for Devin. Like, bro, I understand he's big for the weight class. All right, you want to drain down, fight smaller guys, make the weight. That's all I got to say.
T. Orlando out here lying. But yes, sir. All right, brother. I get back with you, man. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.
All right, man. I see we got 2 cats behind. We got my guy Random Skits 26, and we got 0 to 100 Nick. Real quick though, man. Let me get my guy Sam. Thank you, brother, for that. Man, thank you for the support, bro. Thank you so much. He said, support to the supporting the channel. Salute. Thank you, brother. Much needed, man. And my guy, Amir Muhammad in the Cash App said, Devin need a real trainer, big bruh. Yeah, he does, and Teofimo Lopez do. They both do. They got one like Frank Martin has one. They need one like Frank Martin got one. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the Frank Martin look like garbage thing, though. I don't agree with that at all. I thought that the man wound up doing what he needed to do, and sometimes some fights you look good in, some fights you don't look good in. Devin looked like crap against Kambosos, and y'all ain't got a problem with that. What's going on, Random Skits 26? How can I help you, sir?
What's going on, Fanon? Freaking, I'm out here at the gym, pulling up to the gym, about to get this fat up off me. You know, like as you would say. But I was watching that fight last night, man, and we're talking about too big for the division. That guy who Frank was fighting, that dude he came down for 140. Did he come down for 140? He was massive. I was like, damn, where they fighting?
He started his career at 140.
Oh, he started at 140. He looked huge.
He had I think he had 12 fights and like 9 of them were at 140. I think maybe it's like his last 3 fights were at 135.
Because after the fight, he was like, he said he can go up and down and weight. After the fight, he said he'd go up or down. So I think he plans on staying. It was a good fight. His eye just got messed up at the end, but oh shit.
What? You're good.
My phone died. Oh no. Damn.
I can hear you. I can hear you, man. I think his phone did go. All right. Yeah, come back in a minute, man. 0 to 100, Nick. What's going on, man?
What's going on with you, Fanon, man? Appreciate you letting me on.
Oh, yeah. No worries, man. No worries. Nice to meet you, man. What's good with you, sir?
Nothing much, man. I was calling in because I was just talking in the chat with Zenith and Richard something. We was talking about Haney with Shakur, and we was talking about with Tank, man. And I wanted to talk to you about it too. Like, so the thing with Shakur, I just feel like Haney not getting the credit he deserved for what happened. Like, you know, when Shakur asked him to sign a contract and Haney sent the one. And Shakur, I mean, I get he's saying he worth more, but Haney sent him the contract. So, like, I feel like he should get respect for actually attempting to make that fight. Which with Tank too, I just felt like when y'all was talking about Tank, how that fight would go, I was just saying how I feel like that'll be a whole different fight. Because, you know, if you look at Haney before, where he's a hugger and a runner, I think we'll see that Haney versus Tank, not the Haney we saw against Loma, you know, because Tank can hit. Haney not dumb. He's not going to fight Tank the way he fought Loma. That was a fight. It was no running in that fight with Loma like that. That was a fight. He's not going to do that with Tank.
On the first part of it, I'll give him credit when he fights him. I'm not going to give somebody credit just because they said here's 75-25 and gave him the lowest offer he could and says, you know, take it or leave it. And while he's negotiating with Teofimo Lopez, Regis Prograis, and everybody else, I'll give people credit when they actually make the fight.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Because you can say anything until you make the fight's not made. And as far as the second part of that with Shakur Devin not fighting Tank like he did, I'm sure he wouldn't, because he'd go to sleep doing that. But yeah, I'm sure he would fight a different thing. I think you're probably right about that.
Yeah, but that, like I said, that I'm not saying he's gonna win by fighting that. I'm just saying it'll be a different fight. And I mean, if he can pull that off, a perfect 12 rounds, then he could win. Which, I mean, I would like to see it. You know, that's all. You know, not saying he will, because I probably have to pick Tank in that fight. I think he gonna find a way to land something big at some point. But I just think it's possible. I won't count Haney out in that fight, because I think it'll be a different fight, and he might be able to pull it 12 rounds, perfect fight. He'll have to be perfect, but it's possible.
Yeah, it is possible, no doubt. Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, bro. I appreciate you, 0 to 100, Nick.
All
right, brother. Get back. What are you talking about, Roszilla Jones? What are you talking about, Roszilla Jones? You can click the link, Roszilla. You've been out here taking shots, man. That link is for you, Roszilla. Fanon, that only applies to Devin for y'all. What only applies to Devin? I don't give people credit for saying they want fights. I give people credit for fighting. I'm not going to give people credit for saying they want to pay me my money. I'm going to give you credit for you paying me my money. I'm not giving my son credit for saying he's going to clean his room. I'll give him credit for cleaning his room. What do you want? Y'all Devin Haney want to be seriously, man. Y'all are the kings of this. You've been doing this with that dude for a long time. He's the only one calling out everybody, but he didn't fight him. Well, give him credit for calling him out. No. Not anybody can call anybody out. So what did he call him out? So what? I'm going to give him credit for beating him. You guys want to give him credit for he's getting undisputed in one fight. I could care less. I could care less about him being the undisputed champion. I could care less. Could care less. He's getting undisputed in one. So what? So does everybody else that fights an undisputed champion. Jermell Charlo's getting undisputed in one shot, in one fight. Devin Haney got undisputed in one fight. He got it in one fight. So what? How many fights is he supposed to have? The man got 27. How many fights does he have in his professional career? Man, Rodzilla Jones, man, stop it. He's got plenty to offer. What is this? Why you do this prima donna stuff, man? What is this, man? Will you please take the tampon out the backside of Devin Haney, please? Jeez Louise, pull the tampon out. What do you mean? He's got nothing to offer. That is the weakest argument that anybody makes. He has nothing to offer. Then Devin doesn't have anything to offer anybody either. Devin has nothing to offer. Dog, you sticking a tampon up that man's backside, dog. You need to stop that. What does he have to offer me? Dude, that is diva talk, man. Stop that divaness. What has he done to deserve it? He's not. What has he done to? What does he have to offer me? I mean, what do you mean? He got an ass whooping and some money. He got some ass whooping and some money. So, what? The same thing you getting from everybody else, except for with the ass whooping included. What? I got a whooping to hand you. That's what I got to hand you. Who gives a shit? He's not even no, he's not. You guys just lie so much about Devin Haney. God, stop lying about him. Y'all are just disgusting. You guys are disgusting. Like, you believe anything that pours out their pie hole, man. Like the youngest undisputed champion in the four-belt era is Teofimo Lopez. The youngest undisputed champion in the four-belt era is Teofimo Lopez. What's going on, Random Skits 26?
What's going on? My phone died on me, man. So,
no worries, man. What's up?
I was going to see what you thought about the fight last night. I thought it was entertaining. I thought Frank done a good job against the bigger guy. And I was wondering how you thought Frank would stack up against some of the other lightweights. I would like to see other lightweights in the ring with that dude, because that guy was moving his head. He was doing the Mike Tyson bob, the duck and weave. He was moving around. He had some pop, but looked like his eye got all messed up at the end. So I was wanting to get your thoughts on it. I thought Frank wasn't like super aggressive. He was like being responsible, but as the fight was going on, you could see Derek was getting upset with him, and Derek was like, "Hey man, you got to go sit this dude down." And the dude ended up taking a knee, which made the fight, more definitive. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, because I thought Frank done a good job. He came out to fight, his face looked, clean, and I know he got hit with some shots, but he didn't look marked up. He didn't look tired. I just wanted to see what your thoughts were.
Oh, I like the fight, man. I thought it was a good fight. I thought that particular dude was a good boxer and a better boxer than maybe Frank Martin knew he was when he got in there. And then he switched his game plan and he started breaking the dude down and wound up, beating him up and getting the win. I liked it. Also, I would love to see nothing has changed for me with Frank Martin, except for now I know Frank Martin really can punch like that. And he showed that he can walk somebody down and break them down and really hurt somebody. So I like it. And I thought that was a good fighter. I think that was a good learning experience for him. I think it was an entertaining fight. I'm glad that I spent my time watching it. All around, I liked it. You know, not everybody has the easiest fights, and you're not going to have an easy fight every time, you know? So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I know that they didn't have tape on the dude. Like they didn't I guess they haven't seen any of his fights, so they didn't know what to expect from him. But I don't know. That guy, he seemed like he had some spunk to him. I like him. I want to see him in the ring with, I wonder how he would do against some other lightweights. Because it took
I think against a guy like Tank, I think it'll be the same thing. He's going to be out there he's fighting in that amateur style where he's going to try to be scoring points, and a lot of those shots, not big heavy shots, but he's throwing a lot of shots, jab, and then eventually he's going to get broken down. He's going to get stopped, because in order to beat him, if you fight him in a tit for tat style, he's going to do well with that. But unlike the amateurs, there's no headgear. There's no headgear. There's no the gloves are smaller, and he's going to wind up getting stopped. That's what I think. I'm about to light some dudes up though, real quick though. Random skits. I'm just going to tell you, I'm literally about to light these dudes up. You guys are not going to lie. You're not going to tell these lies and keep repeating them and acting like I give a shit about these stories you guys keep telling. You guys can say that shit to you blue in the face. You're not doing anything but stealing from that young man. And you should be, and honestly, every one of y'all that keep acting like that's not the case, you should be ashamed of yourselves. That's my personal opinion. But all right, skits, random skits. Appreciate you,
all right,
brother.
Man. Friday ass, man.
Yes, sir. Look, man, you guys can stop saying that you don't get a vote. You don't get a vote. You guys are like the French. You guys are like the French going into Egypt, blowing the noses off of Sphinxes and claiming they're from Sweden. They're like, that's what you guys sound to me with all of this, what Teofimo Lopez is and what Teofimo Lopez isn't. Teofimo Lopez beat the guy that won that WBC belt that the WBC says was their champion. You don't get a vote. Stop acting like you get a vote and disrespecting that man. I don't even like Teofimo Lopez, but God dog, stop stealing from him just to make Devin look better. Y'all are ridiculous, man. You guys are ridiculous with that. The WBC, when they made that fight between Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, every single solitary body that was out there said that fight was undisputed. The only thing that you guys don't like is because it's a franchise belt. That's it. Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko fair and square in the ring. Lomachenko got that belt, that vacant belt, when he beat Luke Campbell for that vacant title. That man got elevated to another title that the WBC said was their title. That man was the WBC champion. That's what the WBC said. And you all keep telling this story and trying to disrespect Teofimo Lopez because you guys don't like him. Factually, my ass, Joey, and you can get on this chat or get the heck up out of my face. Factually, my backside. Yes, he is. Factually, he is. Factually, he is. Factually, he is. Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko to get that title in a ring, and the WBA and the WBO, all of which Vasily Lomachenko had. And he had the IBF. That makes that man the undisputed champion. You all just lying on that man. And you need to stop lying on that man, because now that man out there just saying anything. I'm undisputed at 140. No, you are not undisputed at 140, because there's other champions there. He doesn't get to say he's undisputed at 140, even though there's Regis Prograis there, there's Sabril Matias there, and there's Rolly Romero there. You don't just get to he don't just get to say it. The link is right there, you bum. The link is right there, bum. The link is right there. And you're gonna defend how Teofimo Lopez is a fraud. Bum. You're a fraud. How's that man a fraud? Jeez Louise, give people credit, man. But you want to let's give Devin credit because Devin said he wanted to fight him. So he's the champion because Debbie said he wanted him. You want me to give him credit? Some of y'all want me to give him credit because at least he lowballed him. The fight didn't happen, but let's just act like he really wanted to smoke. Hey, y'all don't get the kick rocks. Hey, what's going on? Sean in the building said, didn't Haney ask Loma for more money? How can you complain at Shakur for asking for more when you did? Ain't gonna lie, Devin, Bill, and his fan are full of it's y'all completely full of crap. Y'all are completely and utterly full of crap. Everything goes Devin's way. Everything goes away. No, Rick Timms. Mauricio Suleiman is not a fraud. Mauricio Suleiman is the guy that makes the decision. You don't get a vote. I'm going to repeat this for y'all. You do not get a vote. Do not get a vote. That man gets to decide who the champion is for that weight class. For that sanctioning body and that weight class, it's their decision. And they said Teofimo Lopez. It's literally the same stuff as the WBA. It's literally the same thing. But oh my God, I can't find it on YouTube. I can't find it on, oh my God, YouTube channels say it's not true. I don't give a fat rat. The WBC decides who the WBC champion is. We need rules. If you guys do not want stuff to be all kind of subjective and unfair, read the rule, stick to the rule, and apply the rule to everybody fairly. You all only apply rules to Devin Haney when they fit Devin Haney, but when they don't fit Devin Haney, screw the rule. They're full of it. And I'm telling you, Rick Timms, you're wrong about this, man. And it's not right to do it to that kid. It's not right to do it to him. He's not a fraud, is his decision, and he never flip-flopped. He never flip-flopped. Ever did he flip-flop. Never did he flip-flop on that. Never. Never. He said Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. That's what he told Devin Haney himself. Said, I called him and let him know. I called him and let him know. Man, shame on y'all for stealing from that young man. I don't even care about the lineal either. I could care less about the lineal. I know that man won that. I know that Vasily Lomachenko won the WBC belt against Luke Campbell, and then they elevated him. You guys claim he vacated. You just make up stuff like activated. Oh, he vacated the belt. Did Devin vacate the WBC interim title? No, he was elevated. Even though they did the exact same thing, Devin was elevated, but Lomachenko vacated. Even though they did the exact same thing, your guy was elevated, the other guy vacated. Even though it's called petitioning for your mandatory. Oh, you're going to activate your mandatory. Y'all some bums. Like, where? Hey, I got excited. Where you at? I don't feel like lecturing you for a half an hour on the franchise. Yes, it exists. Yes, it does. And Devin Haney would have it if he did not decide he didn't want it. But yes, the WBA Super also exists if you'd like to have that conversation. You all don't have a problem with that belt, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. But you don't have a problem with that. Yes, he is, Teddy G. He was undisputed. You don't get a vote. Sorry. Unfortunately, you don't get to say Donald Trump's the president because you don't like the vote because you don't like the vote in Georgia. I'm sorry. You may not like the hanging chads, but George Bush won that election. I'm sorry you don't like your hanging chads. It's not a matter of agreeing and disagreeing. It's a matter of whose belt is it? Whose decision is it? Who names the WBC champion and what did they say about who is their champion? They said Teofimo Lopez was. Teofimo Lopez is our champion because he beat Vasily Lomachenko, who we elevated to our new title. And they let everybody know it. So stop acting like you don't know it. There is no list, Rick. Dog, Rick, you got to stop, man. I'm serious, Rick. You got to stop. You got to fess up, man. Rick Timms, you got to fess up, man. You got to stop that. You got to fess up. It's not, I can't keep doing this if you guys are just going to make stuff up, Rick. What list, Rick? What list? Give me the name of the list. There is no list, and it's not a mystery. There is no list. What list? Don't give out fraud lists. The list you're using is a fraud. You say that you think Mauricio Suleiman is a fraud, even though he is the president of the WBC. Even though you know he's the president of the WBC, and you know it's his decision. What list is this? Whose list is it? Whose list are you talking about? Whose list? And what is the authority of the person who made that list? And you'll see who the fraud is. You're literally quoting a fraud. Whoever has that list, I guarantee you they don't have the authority to give it. No, bro, it's not a disagree. Rick Timms, give me the name of who wrote the list, Rick Timms. This is some things we can argue about because they're opinion. That's fine, but not arguing about stone cold facts. Give me the name of the list that you're talking about. Give me the name of the list. Who wrote the list? And what's their authority? I can tell you who said that Teofimo Lopez was the WBC champion, and I can tell you their authority. You can't. You call the person whose job it is a fraud, and then you cite a fraud. You claim somebody is a fraud that you know is not a fraud. And then you list somebody that is a fraud and you know they're a fraud. Just tell the truth. You don't like how it went down. You don't like how it went down. Incel, nobody is claiming that Devin Haney is not an undisputed champion. You can stop. There's nobody that is arguing that Devin Haney is not an undisputed champion because he has the WBA super belt, even though it's the exact same thing. And nobody had that before Lomachenko did. Lomachenko got that designation, and it is not the designation that he fought for the WBA, and you don't have a problem with that. You do not have a problem with the WBA super belt that Lomachenko won. even though he did not win that in a ring either. Because the guy that he fought didn't have it. So what, Joey? Get your bum ass on the chat. Get your bum ass on the chat. Neither does the belt that Devin Haney has with the WBA. Neither does the one Lomachenko has. Lomachenko got the WBA Super first. The guy he beat to get it was the guy that he beat to get it was Jorge Linares. And Jorge Linares did not have the WBA Super. He had the WBA world champion that you guys call the regular. The belt that he was given after he won the world championship was the super belt. And that has no mandatories either. So you got to pick one. Dog, let me tell you, dude, you're a liar, Joey. You're a coward. You're a liar. You're a coward. And you're not going to jump on here because there's no way you guys are speaking facts. You're just talking about garbage that people repeat. How can I help you rally?
So I just got a question.
Yes.
So if you have the WBA super belt and you have all the other world championship belts, like, the IBF, all the other
belts.
yeah, exactly. So would that make you undisputed?
Yes.
If you have the super belt but not the world champion for the WBA?
Yes, that's what Devin has right now.
Oh, so who has the world champion for the WBA?
Gervonta Davis.
Oh, so Gervonta is the champion then.
Gervonta Davis has the WBC. Let me explain this. Fanon, why all the ad hominems? Because I'm trying to bait his ass to jump on here is what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm doing. It's not an ad hominem because I'm not having an argument with him. I'm not telling him he's wrong because of all these things. I'm just telling you two chicken shit to jump on this channel and try to make that ridiculous ass argument that you're making. That's a difference. I am taunting him. I'm taunting him. I'm not dismissing his argument because of that. I'm dismissing his arguments on the facts. But let me explain it to you. The WBC World Championship, the one that Devin Haney has right now, is the original WBC belt for that weight class. The WBA World Championship that Gervonta Davis has is the original belt for that weight class. The WBA Super title is a title that they give to someone, and you do not have mandatories. You sit above the champion. That's what super means. Superficial, right? Superimpose, to put something above or on top of. So he is the super champion. Now, just to be very clear, Lomachenko did not win either the WBC franchise nor the WBA Super Championship in the ring. He didn't get either one of them in the ring. He got the WBC. He beat the WBC. He won the WBC vacant title, and they elevated him to the franchise title. When he was in the ring with Jorge Linares, the WBA Super, he won the WBA World Championship, the same belt that Tank has. That's what Jorge Linares had. They had the same belt. When he won the fight, they named him the WBA Super. They named him the WBA Super. So so get this right. If Lomachenko if Luke Campbell had beaten Lomachenko, Luke Campbell would have got the WBC World Championship, and that's it. If Jorge Linares had beaten Lomachenko, only thing he would have had was the same belt that he had when he walked in the ring, and that's the belt that Gervonta Davis has right now. Lomachenko was elevated to both of those. So the people that say that Lomachenko was not the WBC champion because he was elevated to the franchise belt don't have a problem with the fact that he got elevated to the super belt. Right now, Devin Haney does not have any mandatories for the WBC. I mean, for the WBA. He doesn't. Do you know who has the mandatory?
Was it Tank?
Yes. Gervonta Davis has the mandatory. He's the only one with a mandatory. And he fought Rolly Romero as a mandatory while Devin Haney was champion. So how is the WBC, how can you not count the WBC franchise because it's a duck belt to duck your mandatory, but the WBA super champion is also a duck belt to duck a mandatory?
Yeah, that's kind of like the same thing.
It is exactly the same thing, which is why people say they have a rule. It's okay. Oh, hold on. Let me tell you what the difference is between the two of them. The difference between the two of them is that Devin fights in the WBC. That's it. That's the only significant difference besides the name of it. Instead of calling it the Super World Championship, they call it the Franchise World Championship. But other than that, it's the exact same thing. But Rick, do you got a problem calling Devin Lomachenko Devin undisputed? And here's the thing. The WBA Super was not in existence at that weight class before it was given to Lomachenko. Just like it wasn't in existence in the WBC until they gave it to the same guy. It's literally the same guy, got the same thing in two different weight classes, but it only doesn't count for one weight class, the WBC. What is this? Be fair. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Sorry, I went in on that.
Maybe I feel you, but maybe that's why people don't like it because how they just gave it to him as like a gift.
Watch this.
Yeah.
But watch this. This is where I want this is where what my point is. What you do not like does not matter. The fact that you don't like it doesn't matter. So what? If you don't like it, it's not your choice. If it is the sanctioning body's belt. It's their decision. It's not ESPN's decision. It is not. This is why I'm telling you what I'm talking about with Rick Timms. I know the list you're talking about. It is not ESPN's choice. It is not Matchroom's choice, the Zone's choice. It is not Sports Illustrated's choice. It is not any of these people that write lists whose decision it is not. It's only person that gets to decide who the WBA champion is the WBA, and that is it. The only people that get to decide who the WBO champion is the WBO, and that is it. The only people that get to decide who the IBF is and the WBC are, the only people that get to choose are those sanctioning bodies. That's it. Just like you don't get to name who the Ring Magazine champion is. Nobody's sitting there saying, no, I don't like how Ring did it. You're not really the Ring Magazine champion. Well, who gets to decide who the Ring Magazine champion is? Ring Magazine, and that's it. So I don't understand why with the WBC and with Devin, all y'all think you get a vote all of a sudden. You don't get no vote. Stop voting on something you don't get a vote on. You're just saying that you don't like it. And you don't like it is one thing. I don't like it. Say that, because then you're being truthful. But saying it didn't happen,
so
it's not fair.
So in this logic, then Devin wouldn't be undisputed until he goes and takes Tank's belt.
And let's say it this way. If you say that if you are handed a belt that the guy that you beat didn't have, and that belt allows you to not have mandatories and to put the mandatory on another champion in that sanctioning body, if that means that you cannot be the fighter, the champion for that division, then Lomachenko was not the WBC champion, and he was not the WBA champion either. If Lomachenko was not the WBA champion, then guess what? Teofimo Lopez was not the undisputed champion because he didn't have the WBA. And if Teofimo Lopez didn't have the WBA, that means that George Kambosos was not champion because he didn't have the WBA. And if Kambosos didn't have the WBA, then guess what? Devin Haney's not undisputed because he didn't have the WBA. The only person that has the WBA world champion is Gervonta Davis. So in order to be undisputed, if Teofimo Lopez had to fight Devin Haney to be undisputed and if George Kambosos had to beat Devin Haney for that secondary belt, what the WBC said was the secondary belt in order to come undisputed, then guess what? Then Devin has to fight Gervonta Davis to be undisputed too. It's the same rules for the same people, and what you all do not have is equal and fair application of the rules.
Yeah, he broke it down good. Hey, I'm gonna jump out of here, but I'm gonna tell you what I think should happen. I just think they should get rid of both the super and the franchise just to clear up a lot of people, room for opinions and confusion. You know what I mean? So, hey, but that's just me. But
I could get you, but let me tell you what would happen if we didn't have undisputed confusion. Guess what would happen? It wouldn't matter because they all ducked Devin. It doesn't matter because you just ducked Devin. So who cares if you're undisputed? It doesn't matter. If somebody else is undisputed, it doesn't matter. Nope, these guys don't give a rat's ass about Josh Taylor being undisputed, or Monster Inoue being undisputed, or Canelo Alvarez being undisputed. Do not give a rat's ass about it. Doesn't care. They're just Devin Haney fans, and what Devin Haney says goes. All right, brother. Thank you, though, man.
Hey, you know, I'm a Devin head. I'm not gonna lie, but that's my Muslim brother, so
Hey, man, I like Devin Haney.
Speak truth. If something makes sense and it's true, it is what it is. Just because I like somebody doesn't mean that I'm gonna justify the rules for them. So, yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. I'll get back with you, sir. All right, man. Yeah, I wish I would just stop that. Okay, just stop it. I can't do it. I'm not going to go with that because that's a sorry ass argument. Anyway, look, man, much love to everybody. Unless Joey, are you going to get on, Joey, or you're just going to sit there? Because you're right. I dang sure went at you with some ad hominems to see if I could get you out here and explain to me how that WBA belt is any different than the WBC franchise belt. I'm really wondering how y'all can get out of this, but you're going to keep saying it. You're just going to keep saying it and 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 saying, oh, yeah, let me go somewhere else. And they're just going to repeat it. And that'll make me feel good. Oh, yeah, they said it. Yeah, they said it. I keep hearing it here and there. Anyway, I got to get out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. You can't hold the WBA, the super WBA belt, and the regular belt at the same time. If Tank would beat Haney, he would be the super champion. And no, that's not right, Byron Boxing. That's backwards. If Tank beats Devin, it's going to be the WBA regular belt because they're getting rid of it. Man, Rick Timms, man, I don't want to do that, man. I'm about to bounce, dog. You said it right when I said I'm about to leave, dog. So I'm gonna let you drop the link for these jabronis. I'm sick of doing this, bro. Y'all got to super chat something, dog. I can't work for free. We had 3 hours on a Sunday afternoon. I want to go have me some fun. I want to go have some fun myself. I may go get myself a little lunch, do something like that, bro. I can't keep donating my time to y'all spreading these bunk ass lies. Hat. Byron Boxing said hat. What is hat? What is hat? What is hat? What is hat? Hat on my head or cap on my head? It'll be the WBA regular championship. Yes, it will. Yes, it would be. T. Orlando said to keep the Haney talk going. Thank you for now, man. Dog, you got to sponsor. They got to sponsor this section. I ain't gonna lie. Oh Lord, time. Hey, Terry Schmoo said more time on the clock. All right, fine. More time. We got 7 minutes of Devin Haney talk, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I gotta value my. You say Cap. Let me know how I'm Cap. I dropped the link. Let me know how I'm Cap. Captain, whoop your ass is what I am. So you got 7 minutes, dog. The time is clicking too. The time is ticking too. Believe you me. Hey, the time is ticking. The time is, come on, man. Come on. Explain to me. Explain that to me. Hey, Shakur not going to get Haney. He should get Tank. Much love, Nick. Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Hey, man. Nick, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Oh, Lord have mercy, bro. Come on. Hold on one second, Lord Haney. Incel in the building. What's going on, man? Hold on one second. Eric Volta said, hey, thank you, brother. Thank you, Mr. Volaton. And my guy, Incel, says show and support. Thank you, Incel. That's one of my favorite Devin Haney fans. All right, so we here. We got 9 minutes, bro. Okay, what's up, man? I was thinking real smoke, dog, but, you know, what's up?
Hey, man, no, I was just going to say, so that means, in order to be fully undisputed, that means that I need the WBA regular title, correct?
Depending on whose logic you're using.
Oh, Lordy, Lord. Wait, what is the unanimous what is unanimous logic when it came to Terrence Bud Crawford, when it came to Usyk, when it came to Canelo, when it came to Jermell? What is the logic when it came to Devin Haney, when it came to Noya Inoue? What's the logic? Do you need the WBA regular or is it that WBA super? Can you let me know a little bit?
Yes, let me tell you what you need. You need to be the champion that sanctioning body says is their champion for the purposes of undisputed. That's what you need. If you are the WBO is easy because it's always the WBO. They have a super champion, but it operates in a different fashion. Their super champion is just allowed to move up in weight and fight somebody else, but you still have a mandatory. But the WBO says that is their belt. The WBO says that. For the IBF, they say that is it. The WBA says it's the WBA world champion when we don't have a super. If they have a super, then it's the super. But if they have the world championship, if they don't have a super, then it's the world. The WBC.
So it's optional. So that means it's basically optional.
It's not optional. It's whoever they say is their champion. It's who they say. The WBA champion, their champion is who they say their champion is. The WBC's champion is who the WBC says is their champion. Period. It's their decision. And if you'd like me to go read the rules where they say in their rules, it's our decision.
No, we know. I was on that stream before when you brought out the rules where it came to like decision. You brought out the point articles and everything else like that. I was on that before. You ain't talking to nobody who wasn't here before. I just wanted to hear how somebody said. I think 2 callers before that you need the WA world in order to be considered fully.
No, he was asking the question. He was saying, "Hey man, real quick." Right. Zenith in the bill said if the franchise don't make you undisputed, then neither does the WBA super. By their logic, Haney not undisputed unless he fights Tank. Also means Spence and Bud winner isn't undisputed unless they fight Stanionis. Exactly. The WBC will hold his belt. Exactly.
Thank you. Yes, that means Canelo's not undisputed.
Hold on a second. Canelo Hayes, thank you for joining, brother. Let me get that going for him. Go ahead. Hey, man, I saw you, Rick Timms. I wasn't going to jump off until you was ready, Rick.
Oh, no. If Rick Timms wants to jump off, if Rick Timms wants to, can I include him in here? Because, I'll be silent. Can we do a 3-way? Not like that. Not like that.
You ever like,
Or
Have
if
you
you
ever
want,
wondered, like,
if you want a one-on-one with him, I'll jump off. But
I don't mind you staying on
I,
here, man, but this shit is like sacking groceries. You know what I mean?
but
Like,
bro, I mean, but now we're
they all
pulling
are
out so
going
many.
back.
But it's so many narratives. Now you need the WBA world. Now you need this. I'm like, bro, can we not come to one literal consensus of what the term undisputed is? Can we not do that and then try to include everybody else with these sidekick secondary Mickey Mouse belts? You fought a Mario's Barrios. You fought you fought freaking what is it, Gamboa for a freaking vacant world title. Come on, bro. But you want to hold that on? Come on, man. So can we not come up in the boxing world with a universal consensus of what it takes to be undisputed? Am I right?
Look, man, I'm gonna say it once again. There are 4 sanctioning bodies. Those sanctioning bodies do not have anybody that sits above them. There is no organization that dictates what any one of those sanctioning bodies do. So when they name their champion, those guys are champions in a vacuum. The WBO names their champion, and they can call their belt whatever they want to call it. The IBF can do the same thing. The WBA can do the same thing. The WBC can do the same thing. So when the WBC said that Teofimo Lopez is our champion, and we've told Devin Haney that, all of this other conversation and confusion is everybody else's problem, other than the WBC, who said what their decision was and said it very, very cleanly. Calculus is confusing. But just because you find it confusing,
you called the man the Pride champion. You called him a Pride belt champion.
Exactly, but it doesn't matter. But watch this. He said he's our proud champion, not Pride champion. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he said the WBC. He said the WBC, for the purposes of undisputed, the WBC's franchise champion. That is who it is. Hey, let me get Rick Timms, though, man. And then, because, I said.
No, my bad. I got you for now. My bad.
No worries, man. Rick in the building. What's going on, Rick?
Hey, man. You're not going to budge on your stance. I'm not going to budge on mine for none.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Check it out. All right, look.
No, check this out. I want to ask you a question.
Okay. All right.
You next to it, you looking out of the street? Is there a street in front of you? Is there a street in front of you or near you? You don't have a street in front of your house?
Yeah, but I'm not looking at it.
That's okay. Do you know what the speed limit is on that street?
Nope.
You don't know? Let's assume it is 35 miles an hour. You're in
Okay.
Texas. Better yet, you're in Texas. You know the speed limit on the freeways is 75 miles an hour, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, do you like that speed limit?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you wish it would change?
Hell, it's 85 in some spurts. Yeah, I like it.
But when it says 75 to 75, the speed limit is 75. Is that your choice?
Nope.
Do you get to vote on it?
Nope.
Whose choice is it?
Department of Transportation.
No, it's not. It's the state of Texas's. When they set those limits by law.
That's the state of Texas.
Yeah, so the state, no, but it's literally the legislature. They vote on it. They say this
Right.
will be our standards. And they lay out the standards and you have to abide by the rules. Okay, so whose rules are the WBC?
Suleiman snake ass.
There you go. And just like your governor's snake ass makes their rules and their snake asses make the rules, he makes the rules. So before we talk about anything else, I would like to acknowledge who it is who actually makes the decision here. So whose decision would this be?
Suleiman.
There you go. So we don't really got to talk no more.
No, all right. Now let me state my claim.
Anymore.
Okay.
Go ahead.
See, let's stick on Suleiman. See, Suleiman said exactly what you've been saying. And Suleiman also said verbatim that the franchise is not a title. It's a designation given to elite fighters, blah, 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 blah. Those are his words verbatim. And Fanon,
We're not.
he said that verbatim. That came out of his mouth. So first he says not a title, and then he applies it to whomever he chooses. The Canelo, the T.O., fine. Okay. But look, man, you go to your search bar right now and you type in how many championships, how many Super Bowls did the Dallas Cowgirls win? And it's gonna say 5. So we just supposed to just disregard Wikipedia, disregard Google, just because it says 5?
Is that a question you'd like me to answer?
See, my dilemma is
I'll answer the question.
That was rhetorical.
Let me watch this. No, don't make it an actual question. Because if they say if Google and Wikipedia say 5, but the NFL says 6, the answer is 6.
Well, they both say 5.
But it's only official because the NFL says it. Do you know the NFL can if they found them for cheating, can snatch that Super Bowl back?
Right. They haven't.
Guess how many they have if they snatch that Super Bowl back? They got 4. That's their decision. Just like there's Olympic gold medalists that are not gold medalists anymore because 10 years later they say, hey man, I know you crossed. Hey, yeah, Ben Johnson, I know you crossed that line first, but you juiced. Give me the gold medal back. And who became and who was it that was the gold medal in? I think it was your boy from your town. I think it's your guy that yeah, because it's their decision. But rewind a little bit. Since you said, let's go with what Mauricio Suleiman said. To provide clarity, WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has confirmed that WBA Super WBO IBF WBC franchise champion Lopez is indeed undisputed and the man to beat at lightweight, holding the major title for each sanctioning body. And then he specifically says, Teofimo is the undisputed champion. I have spoken with Devin and his father. So guess what that means right there? That means he notified Devin Haney that you are not the champion for the sake of undisputed. He told Devin that to his face. And guess what Devin said? And Bill said, they confirmed it. That they knew that. They confirmed that they knew that. And they confirmed that they knew that before he fought George Kambosos. So Devin knew it. So what's the problem with everybody else? Since Devin knew it.
That's why I called him a flip-flopper. Because first he said it's not a title, and then he says it is. That's why he's a flip-flopping snake.
Let me take it back to, that's fine. He's a flip-flopping snake. So let's take it back to the speed limit.
Mm-hmm.
You're the same age as me, roughly, right? We're in the same general era. I think maybe a little older than you. We somewhere around each other. We remember the 1980s, don't you? You remember that song?
Right.
I can't drive. 55. You remember that? I can't drive. 55. You remember when they used to be on the interstates trying to save gas, made everybody drive 55 miles an hour, and people wanted to hurt somebody? They flip-flopped on that. Guess what? They flip-flopped and the rule changed. Now it's 75, 85 where they want it to be, dog. We don't get a vote.
I don't need a vote, man. And my assessment don't have anything to do with Dev. All I know is when I go to my search box and type in undisputed champs in the 4-belt era, T.O.'s name isn't there. Campbell's name isn't there.
Watch this. Undisputed championships, champion.
The 9 names Neither of their names are there.
Undisputed champion, boxing, 4-belt era. And I want to know when we did that. That's some hypothetical shit right there. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. See,
how many
you won't see Tio.
Stop. How many undisputed champions before the number of sanctioned bodies increased to 4 in 2027? But there have only been 13 boxers to hold all 4 undisputed championships in Wikipedia. Let's see. As of 2023, this is Wikipedia. Wow, you know what's amazing about Wikipedia?
Yeah, you can change it, you can adjust it, but it don't be changed or adjust
You know what's
without
funny about
confirmation.
Wikipedia? That's not what Wikipedia does not run the WBA, the WBC, the IBF, or the WBO. Shocking, they don't get a vote. It's shocking. Let me see.
That's the history books, man.
No. This is not a history book. This is a website.
Well, it's the history books in my book.
Major championships, but there have only been 13 to hold all 4. Let's see who they're actually doing. This is interesting. They currently hold them.
For none. Derrick James was just ridiculed for saying Tio was undisputed.
At 147. So what? I mean, at 140.
No, at 135.
That's so what? I'm ridiculed for it. I don't care. That's ridicule. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. I'm saying you can talk to you blue in the face. People ridicule you for being black. I don't give a shit. Hey, Porch Monkey. That's ridicule. What do I care about the ridicule for? I know whose decision it is and who made the decision. That's it. I don't need anything else. I know whose decision it is. We both know what decision it is and what decision they made. Real quick, Check Jason said people leave the chat when he start this pity pat puncher chat about Devin. Now we have 3.5 hours. I got to get off. Devin the Dreaming Duck. He's not a man. He's not the man in any division. It is what it is, oh bro. Look, man, I ain't got no. And then my guy Kamal Oz said, what is this? No one else because what's that? NE1 else because me noticing similarities between Canelo and Haney are approached hot divisions. Keep on mixing up with decent to good dudes, but when the elite guys come, they're not interested. And my guy Demariono Hayes said Derrick James added another to the eye collection. Come on, man. We got to reach conclusion that whose decision is it? We got to agree to a rule here. Whose decision is it? And what decision did they make? The WBA said
Suleiman flip-flop just the same. Suleiman flip-flop the same way Bill Haney flip-flops. And I bust Bill ass every day in every chat. So I don't care what Suleiman need to make up his mind, man.
Hold on. When he flipped it, he flopped. Has he gone back on it? I don't remember
the point that he flipped in the first place.
I mean, I don't even think he never did. I don't even think he did. You say he did.
Yeah, he did.
What you guys are doing is what it sounds to me is that you're having a conversation about whether or not there is a title or whether it's a belt or a distinction. They're both called champion. It's the franchise champion and it's the WBC world champion. They're both champions. You talk about title and you talking about designation. I know
that's what he said. I'm going by his own words.
It's not undisputed, but undisputed is not undisputed titleist. It's not are you the undisputed designation? It's are you the undisputed champion? And they named it the franchise champion. They're calling him a champion. They said it's a champion. You're a champion. The franchise champion. This is undisputed champion. Franchise champion. There's no difference between, he's not saying that you're not a champion. He said he is the champion. But he could say it's a designation, it's a title, it's a memorandum, it's an honor, but it's called the franchise championship. He holds the franchise championship. It's undisputed champion, franchise champion, WBC super champion, IBF champion, IBO champion, WBC champion. They're all listed as champions. So which champion is your champion for major? Which is your major champion? And they're saying that the WBC franchise champion is our major championship champion. You just want to call it whether it's a title or a distinction. It's a championship.
Silence. Hey man. Hey man, we gonna agree to disagree, Fanon. Right, I'm cool with that.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you. Much respect, Rick Sims. Thank you, brother.
Peace.
Appreciate
all
you
right.
jumping on, man. Much love to you, sir. Yeah. All right, yeah, that's fun. I always like talking to Rick. I always like Rick, and I always like talking to Rick. Rick does not dump any smoke. He said the franchise belt wasn't transferable. So what? He changed his mind. So what? He changed his mind. Yeah, he said it wasn't transferable. Then he changed his mind. That's their decision. They changed the rule. So what? They changed the rule. Does he have the right to change the rule? Yes, he does. I got to go, though. Much love. I don't care what happened to it. The WBC franchise belt went wherever it is. Then Mauricio Suleiman put it. And if Mauricio Suleiman wants to pull it back out and drop it on somebody else's head, he can do it. If Mauricio Suleiman decides tomorrow that he is going to let Jaime Munguia and what's that dude's name? Jaime Munguia and Edgar Berlanga fight for the 160-pound WBA Super Championship, he can do it. He can do it tomorrow. That's his decision. You don't have to like it, though. Anyway, it is, and I'm not telling you to like it. I'm not telling you to like it. I'm just telling you that's his decision. That's not the WBA. It's not Mauricio Suleiman. That's Gilberto Mendoza's decision, or whatever their rule says it is. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Much love. Hey, what's up? What's up, Nonito and Rachel? Anyway, with that, I'm out. Deuces.